What's up, desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back. I've had a little bit of a hiatus, but we've got the 2022 Big Man Weekend Pro in Alicante, Spain. Here is the competitors list for you guys, and it is a really good one. Surprisingly, a very good show. The first Mr Olympia Qualifier for 2023. The women have just gone off stage, so I'm going to check to see what is going on. And we do have the men on stage now. And the first two dudes out look good. Number one, who you can see on the competitors list, the first guy there, he's actually an Oxygen Gym guy. And then after that, we have Kokeni Bella, who I think came second in a show just a few weeks ago. You can see Alfred there as well. Vlad Alfred Chirek. He is looking pretty damn good in that lineup as well. He can add a little bit of sweep to his legs. He's going to look phenomenal. Roman Fritz actually looks really big, and his legs look Roman looks huge. Next to Alfred, Roman actually looks huge. And then we have another guy next to Roman who's actually bigger again. Actually a taller guy. And that would be Aaron Gooley, who's a really big guy. But I think Roman might have him. He has a bit more detail, it looks like, through the quads than Aaron. But yeah, it's a impressive first lineup. Third guy out, James James Bondy. He's actually a big guy as well, so he looks like he's actually over 6 foot. Very impressive upper lats. Needs maybe a little bit more lower lat. Very, very well developed. This is a super impressive first 6 guys out. So you guys are going to enjoy this one. Try to get a little screen capture for you guys. I've got the link as well. I encourage you guys to go buy the link and then check out my commentary at the same time. It's a far zoomed out sort of picture, but you sort of get the idea. Whoa. Kilkenny Bella, when he does his quarter turns, you'll see it when I put the photo up in a minute or two. His hamstring just like pops like crazy. It's the second guy on the left. So when that goes up, make sure you check it. Flex, who just asked a question, you will stream also the Olympia. I'll do this same sort of thing for the Olympia as well, and it's going to be next level coverage for the Olympia. You guys just wait. It will be awesome. I'm going to watch all these guys. They're going very actually slow through this as well, which is cool because these guys are going to get a real good look in because it's a big lineup. And this first guy on the list, Khaled Al-Kazem, I actually did a video about him ages ago, and basically saying he's a freak from Oxygen. He's put on, it seems like he's put on size, and he's also sort of refined his physique a little bit. Yeah, he lacks detail and he's not completely shredded, but he's a big guy, and it looked like his shoulders were maybe a bit of an issue before. Those a little bit shot a little bit too much, and you could say they still look a little bit like that, but I think he looks a lot better now. Yeah, this is a good show. I will not show you guys the live, but I'll show you the old screen capture and stuff so you guys can sort of see what's happening from a distance, and then whatever goes on Instagram I will find and I will show you guys as well. So I'm going to have basically all of it here going up first outside of the stream. But I encourage you guys to buy the stream. The link is in the description below, and we can watch along together. Ayed, sorry, I'm not going to pronounce your last name, dude, but this will qualify for next year's Olympia, with a question. Yes, it will. Next year's Mr. Olympia, it will be the first qualifier for the 2023 Mr. Olympia. And whatever points are earned. Okay, we've got guys on the stage now. I can see Sibu Sisu Katello. Is that him in the lineup? Wow, he looks big. He looks really good. Will he be hard enough? We'll have to see once he goes through these poses. But first impressions, he's right next to Theo Leguerrier. And Sibu sort of stands out a little bit more, but Theo is very pleasing, so we'll have to see sort of how that shakes out. They're the two guys that sort of stand out in this lineup, but we also have, I believe his name's Danny Kaglinovic. He looks pretty good in there as well. Really, all these guys look good as well. The first guy on stage, number 7 on the list, would be Kobe Ifrak from Israel. He looks shredded, like absolutely awesome. He looks good on these quarter turns, but he sort of needs to look straight ahead and not at the judges. Now turn into the back. We'll see sort of what's going on here. Sibu looks pretty hard. His glutes are in, but he just lacks a little bit in the hamstrings, but it is quite a zoomed out picture. So Try to get a shot from you from the back so you guys can at least see a screen capture, because all these will probably go up on Instagram as well at some stage. But I want to show you guys what I'm seeing right now. Sibu looks pretty good. I'd say it's tough because he is bigger. He's got these very impressive upper lats. You guys will see when I put it up on the screen. He looks very much like a Lionel Baiki at his peak almost. Just a different sort of muscle shape. It's very, very impressive. For you, those of you who don't know who Sibu is, I'll quickly bring up Sibu on Mo Shaaban as well, who's here, was a late entrance into the show. He's really surprised for everyone. Sibu. Okay, I can't find his Instagram. That's annoying. If anyone knows it, that would be helpful. See what's going on with the show right now. We've got another lineup of guys coming out now. This should have Brett Wilkin in it. No, I think he's in the next one. So I can see Andrea Muzi on stage now. I see Justin Mackey as well, who's made the trip over. He looks quite good. Is he hard enough? I'm not sure. First impressions. Andrea Muzi, he looks like he's gotten considerably bigger. On the front relaxed, his midsection does not look tight though, however. But Muzi, I don't know if it's because he's doing his first Olympia or what, but he looks enormous. But has he hurt his midsection? His front double Muzi's just isn't super impressive just because he hasn't got much detail through the midsection. But he looks very big, so I think this physique would probably beat some of his previous physiques we've seen on stage for sure. There's a guy actually 2 down from Muzi on the competitors list. I'll check out who that is. That would be Diogo Nunes from Portugal. He's pretty impressive. Sibu's looking pretty good, for those asking. Muzi is qualified. I believe it's this year. I think Muzi's qualified on points. This is a qualifier for next year. So I think Muzi is doing the Olympia, I believe. Don't quote me on that. Get back to this stream. And so I can let you guys know what's going on. And then once all these lineups have gone out, I'll just show you a little screen capture so you guys can sort of see what's up. But I think this is a prejudging finals all in one as well. So we'll be finding out the results, not before too long. So another impressive lineup of guys. These shows have really gone up in caliber. I think there's more guys now that are at the level of, I suppose, between sort of 4th to 12th in some shows, because some shows bat really deep, and this one is one of those ones. There's more of those sorts of guys now. So it makes some of these shows, guys that are finishing in 10th in the competitive ones, are actually really good. So we're getting the last lineup of guys out now. Andrea Presti is out. Milan Sadek's there. Andrea Presti is really sort of standing on an angle because he's on the end. Got Mo Shaaban on stage. Brett Wilkin, he's right on the end. He's actually cut out of the image right now, unfortunately. Oh, it's panning around to him. It's very hard to tell in this lighting because he's sort of in the dark and his tan's reasonably dark as well. So he's right off to the side, unfortunately. But that won't matter, obviously, once they compare him properly. Because it's hard to tell between Shaaban and Brett who's better here because they're in completely different lighting. Just looking at your guys' comments now. Appreciate you guys getting there. Let me know where you're from. And let me know who you think's going to win this show as well. I've got a poll up right now. Wow, there's one guy in the middle of his call out who just does not belong, unfortunately. Whoa. It's a strong discrepancy here. You guys will see when I put it up. Presti looks pretty huge. It's very hard to get a perspective because there's 7 guys on stage right now. Brett looks hard. He's standing relaxed from the back and his glutes are inside out. You guys will see when this one goes up. Yeah, Brett looks really good. He definitely looks harder than Presti. Presti looks very big though. He's got a very big stature, but they're on completely opposite sides of the stage. And you can't tell who's standing X amount forward and whatnot. So, yeah, Brett looks next level. I spoke to Martin Fitzwater before this as well. I don't know if Martin's watching this. I think he's actually watching the stream of the show because he's at the airport. But he was saying Brett was pretty confident by the sounds of it. So, at least from his wording. There's only actually 114 people watching this live stream. I encourage you guys to go purchase it. It's on right now. I think it's only £19 or something like that. Yeah, Brett looked really good. So I think that's all the guys out on stage now. So I'll put up a couple of photos. Also, share this out, guys. It's only 122 people watching this live. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, like it, and get more people in the comments. And if you want your comment featured as well, you can drop a super chat, and I'll feature your comment on the screen. So when started, so it's on right now, literally. Do you see Sibu placing well? I need to see him right next to those other guys, but he looks very big. We've got first competitor on stage now. They're doing their individuals. Looks like he's doing a posing routine. I thought they'd be doing their, because he actually started on the ground. I'll try to hear if they've actually got the music. Yeah, it looks like it's got like his posing routine music, which would be literally just a show doing a finals, which is pretty crazy. I don't know if he's doing posing routine or not. We'll have to wait and see. He might have just thought that was his posing routine. The show is on right now. I'm going to show you guys some images. Okay, I'll bring them up. Just a couple of zoomed out ones. You know, you can't tell too much from it. I encourage you guys to get the stream. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Appreciate you guys getting in the comments. Someone saying Brett is overhyped. We will see. He looks pretty damn good in this show. That's why I couldn't find the images. Here we go. I don't have too many, but just a couple to show you guys what is up, what is going on with this show. Actually, that's what I've got to do. Open them all at once, and then I can show you guys all images. Just go through them. Open with preview. Okay. One of them came up individually. I don't know why that happened. But let me share my screen with you right now. I need to remove that for 1 second for you guys. Fortunately, I've got an extremely slow frame rate. Stop screen. What's going on? Screen. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look. Open is on right now. So I'm going to be showing you guys some images. Are you guys saying how long to open? They're on right now. Show you this first image. So you guys should be able to see that one on the screen right now. You can see it's the first guys on the competitors list. So you got that Khaled Al-Kazem on the left. You've got, you can see there the hamstring on the guy second on the left, Kokeni Bella. Then the fourth guy along, you got Alfred Trek there. Then you got Roman Fritz second on the right. And then you have Aaron Gouldy. Sorry, I've got to see the competitors list to be sure on that one. But I'll stop screen share on that one, and I'll show you guys a few of the other photos so you guys can see Brett Wilkin and all those guys. At least see sort of what they're looking like. It's hard to tell because it's obviously quite a zoomed out one, but at least then you guys can see a little bit of what's going on. But I encourage you guys, get the stream. A little bit zoomed out, but you can sort of see what's going on there. The guy in the middle does not quite belong. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but Brett Wilkin on the far right looks, I think, next level. You can see he's there next to a guy who actually came second recently in a pro show, Jan Turek. Second on the right, Brett looks a lot bigger. It's hard to tell. It's very shadowed, but when he turns to the back, it's very conditioned. Andrea Presti on the left there. Milan Sidek second on the left. And then Mo Shaaban, obviously, right next to Jan Turek, third on the right. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you have winning that one? 165 people. Come on, let's get more people in this stream. Okay, let's go through these. I'm trying to get to the next photo. Okay, let's have a look. Got this one. You can see Brett Wilkin on the right, looking damn impressive. He looks absolutely crazy there. And you've also got, you got Jan Turek right next to him there, who got second in a pro show recently. You can see Brett and Mo Shaaban outclassing him there. Like, Mo Shaaban's a top 10 Mr Olympia competitor. We've got to say, though, Brett, to me, it's hard to tell because of the angle, but Brett looks probably the most impressive there. Then I'd have probably Mo Shaaban and then probably Andrea Presti third in that lineup. And then fourth, I'd say Jan Turek or Milan Sidek. And you got this one. You got Brett Wilkin there on the far right. Obviously, it's not the right angle for him. You got Jan Turek here. just not big enough between these two guys, in my opinion. Milan Sadek, and then Andrea Presti, who's got the good angle on that one. Then you got Justin Mackey here on the far left. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. He's actually got a great physique. Look at him. He's actually quite similar to Alfred Chirac a little bit, but a little bit taller and maybe more narrow waist. And here you've got Andrea Muzi, who I think is a little bit blown out in the midsection, but gee, he looks huge in this show. Yeah, pretty damn impressive lineup. You can see there, Sibu Sisu Kutelo in the red trunks there in the middle. He's got the hard glutes, but not quite as hard through the hamstrings. And you got Theo Leguerrier here. And then you've got Sibu there, front double bicep. He's just very big when he's moving. Theo Leguerrier here. And then you've got, some other real good guys on stage as well. So I'll get back to the stream. I'll close that one off, and then I'll bring up the competitors list for you guys. Share screen. And then I'll go through some of these guys as well. So guys, make sure you click the link in the description and get this stream. It's much appreciated. As many people supporting bodybuilding as possible. And on stage right now, we have Vlad Alfred Chirac, as you can see there, the fourth guy down. So he's going to take a while to go through these guys. So I'll give you an update on how these guys are looking. It's much more zoomed in now, so I can see so much more about what's going on. Let's have a little look. Got Roman Fritz on stage right now. And I think this is close to his all-time best. And it sounds hard to say because he looks like he could be just a little bit more crisp. But I think for Roman, if he goes away and comes back next year with this sort of amount of, if he can come in with this amount of size, I just think that with that little bit more conditioning, like he gets, just a little bit more. And I think this look is so much better than his ultra conditioned look at the start of the year. This is still a good conditioned bodybuilder. It's not quite at the level of his normal condition. I'd like to see just a tiny bit more crisp than this, but I think it's been a good experiment. And Roman obviously sees that he needs to not come in as ultra uber shredded. Let's go to a few of your guys' comments. Andrew Creason, Brett is looking deadly sharp. Yep, he looks very, very conditioned. Andrew Creason, Xavier has the link in the description. Yeah, I do. For the live stream, make sure you guys get out there and buy it. Look. Someone says, I just don't understand why Roman is coaching himself. I don't know if he is coaching. I think maybe he is, but he's definitely gotten better. My man, Jeremy Yanowitz. Jazwinski. No, yeah, I don't know how I got that so wrong. Thumbs up, like and comment, mate. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys doing that. It makes a huge difference to how many people we get in here live, and I'll be able to update you guys on what's going on stage right now. Got Aaron Gooley on stage now from Canada. Big guy. He just needs more conditioning, I think, overall. If he can bring those, he's doing his side shots now. If he can bring his glute, ham, quad sort of area in more separated, more defined. He's turned to the back now, and yeah, he's got a little bit of lines in his glutes, but he just needs much more. And they're probably a little bit too swollen up the top. But if he can just refine this physique, he's got a lot of mass on it. So that's my opinion on Aaron Gooley. I think he could be a really good bodybuilder. A lot of mass, just needs to be more conditioned. Pretty good structure as well. Just yeah, needs much more conditioning through your legs. What you guys are saying. How's Presti? Stefano Vitobello. Where are you from, Stefano? I reckon you're from Italy or something. He looks big. Andrea Presti looks big, but I don't think he's quite as conditioned. I think he's aiming for that Mr. Olympia. He's in good condition, but I don't think he's quite in good enough condition. Who will win, in my opinion? Flex asks. In my opinion, it's hard to tell, but I think that Brett is winning, or Mo Shaaban. That's for sure. But I think it's Brett so far. Wow, a dude on stage right now. I need to screenshot this and show you guys his name. It's unbelievable. Ramus Kinley Valentine Jensen. So much name. But in my opinion, if I had to put my life on it right now, I'd say Brett Wilkin. But Presti looks pretty good. I just don't think he'll be hard enough to beat a Brett. Mo Shaaban, I'd say, is close to being like towards his best condition, but I don't know if he's quite in his very best, but he's sort of in probably average Mo Shaaban condition, which is pretty damn good. I think that Brett maybe is a little bit sharper through. Brett's got the body parts like his glutes, his chest, I think, and just certain body parts that get really, really striated and hard. He doesn't have necessarily the grainy detail through his upper body, but he's got the deep lines, which I think looks super impressive. In the side leg, it looks really, really good. Legs wise, it's going to be interesting seeing Brett stand next to Mo Shaaban, because Brett has the details more so in the legs, but Mo has obviously the enormous quads. They're completely ridiculous. Also, if you guys are watching on screen right now, I literally have my popcorn ready. I've actually been eating popcorn because I had the most ridiculous meal just before this. I had chicken, then I needed carbs, and then I got popcorn because I was out of rice. So on stage right now, who do we have? We have Danny Kagnovic. That's probably a horrible pronunciation, but he looks good. He's one of those guys that sort of stood out to me a bit. He needs to really go to that next level. He needs more size overall and just needs to continue bringing condition. He needs bigger arms. It's not the most favorable lighting. They have some spotlights going around the stage, so it's sort of hitting these guys while they're on stage a little bit. The lighting's not bad, but yeah, the lighting's not too bad, actually. I've seen much worse. So actually pretty decent lighting. I just saw some lights on the stage before, but yeah, Danny's in good condition. His glutes are in from the back. He just needs more size overall and just more arms. But yeah, from the back, his glutes and hams are in. Looks really good. And coming up soon after this, you guys can see the competitive list right now. We have Sibu Siso Catello coming up very soon. I actually did an interview with him a while ago, and he was super nice guy. He went through so much in that show. He was very humble about it, all that sort of stuff. Andrew Creason, Roman has that old school bodybuilding mentality. That is why he's coaching himself. Yeah. And Trevor 11 says Mo has some of the biggest quads in the IFBB. Yeah, for sure. They're like balloons. Yeah, Danny's on stage now, just finishing up. We're going to have Sibu on stage in a moment. Sorry to eat, guys. I'm starving. Sibu looks good when he's walking out. He looks really sort of sucked out the face. He's got some lines through his chest. He looks good. When he hits certain shots, some body parts just don't look as conditioned as others. See how his side chest looks. His side leg there's distinction between, the glute, ham, and quad, but it's just not ultra shredded. When he hits his side tricep, that sort of turning one to the front, looks a bit more conditioned, but he just looks like he has a body where his muscles are just blown up and they're just round and full. And some guys are just, no matter what they do, unless they're ultra shredded, it's almost like Brandon Curry, sort of his look, but even more so in terms of the muscle just being super round and full. His quads are pretty huge. Sibu has some huge quads. Yeah, he's got a great most muscular. I don't know what he has to do to be more shredded. I think that he actually does put in a huge amount of work. We've got Resisto says, I've got a problem with the live. I bought the entire pack of the weekend but cannot see it. With pack have you bought? Sorry, dude, I don't understand that question entirely. I just went on there. The link that I've got in the description, try clicking that and see if you can get back on it. Roman looks good. People asking. He looks good. He looks big. Theo Leguerrier is on stage right now. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's close. Theo looks good. His physique's really maturing. He's sort of like Brett a little bit. He's got the conditioned glutes and everything like that. Brett's in better condition overall, in my opinion. Sort of somewhat some similarities on his physique to Brett for sure. And Theo's obviously qualified for the 2022 Mr Olympia and jumped in this show because this is a qualifier for the 2023 Mr Olympia. So yeah, Theo looks good. So such a compact physique. It's like his arms are, he's got quite short arms, but it's a good look. I actually quite like the look of guys with short arms, even though that's not my physique. I think it looks quite cool. Santi Aragon, for those who know him, he's done classic physique in 212 and actually retired now. He's got a very sort of similar look, but he's shorter overall. So he has even shorter arms. Because Theo's actually much taller than I always think, so. Eat up, bro. We need you in good shape, X. Yeah, man. I need to eat. Actually, I've actually gotten back into the gym. It's having a little spell, so I'm starving literally all the time. Sergio Lima is on stage now. He won't be a factor in the show. He's got some big arms and stuff, but he won't be a factor here. Just not in good enough condition. Oh, Gab, you can get out of here. That is some horrible language. Putting you in timeout, Gab. Lucas asks, Xavier, what do you think Brett needs to do to be more competitive in 2023? Let's bring up Brett on the stage, on the screen, at least his Instagram page, and we'll be able to show at least him while we're talking about him. Let's see if we've got any actually. Quickly go through this and see. This is actually so cool. There is a link. You can check it out later. Don't obviously jump off the stream now. There's a link to Brett actually posing under the viewing eye of Dorian Yates, which is next level. Butcher hooks, obviously check those out from Brett Wilkin as well. So you can see obviously Dorian looking on. Brett Wilkin there. Game time. Yeah, you can see Brett, that's 4 hours ago. So you can see there, he looks absolutely next level conditioned. Crazy. So what does Brett need to do? I think he needs to continue to bring up his sweep a little bit. He's got some tremendous medialis, as you guys can see there. That's that muscle just inside the knee. It's huge. I'll see who's on stage now real quickly. We've got Gianluca Di Lorenzo on stage now. So I'll see who that puts on stage next. So that's Brett Wilkin, as you can see on the screen there. And no other updates apart from that. Let's see this here. I'll leave. So he's on stage next quickly. Sorry, guys. We've got Justin Mackey on stage next. So I'll check him out for sure. Because he looked pretty damn impressive. Then you obviously see Brett Wilkin here, probably about a week out or so. He's in tremendous condition. And I think that he didn't get the credit for his condition last weekend as much just because he was standing next to Baruz. Like two of the most conditioned guys of the year standing side by side. So, see what everyone else is saying. Hey Xavier, what do you think of my friend James Bond? James Bondiades, actually. That's his actual name. Maybe put Bondi on the thing. He's doing the show as well. Yeah, I did see James Bondi. He was actually pretty good. He's not going to be a factor in the top 5 here, I don't believe, but he actually really did impress me. With some refinement, he's going to be a very, very good bodybuilder. Very, very good. We have Justin Mackey on stage now, so I'll just leave what's on the screen right now for you guys. Let's make sure that you guys aren't seeing the stream. No, good. Justin Mackey looks pretty damn good. He's just turned to the back though, and there's no real sign of lines in the glutes, but he's big, and when I've seen him on Instagram, he looks conditioned and his physique looks hard, but it's just not hard enough for a pro stage, in my opinion, to be a factor. But he's sort of got that battle where he needs to keep continuing to put on size and get big, and coming in ultra condition sometimes can, slow that process down, and not even just slow the process down. I think it's like, battling him, knowing that if I come in any smaller than this, then it might be too small for him. So, checking out some updates, guys. Sorry, 1 second. All right, let's see what's going on. Changes for you guys on Instagram. Brett Wilkin obviously is going to be a factor in this show. Mo Shaaban was the guy that surprised everyone and came into this show like last minute, just showed up. Mo's like, what's up? I'm coming in. I'm going to try to get this Olympia qualification. And it makes the show so much more interesting as well, because I felt like, Brett Wilkin is he's competing against guys that are in the Olympia that qualified this year, but I still think he's the best. So yeah. Someone says, Masraw Shafi says Brett needs to have an Arnold Classic Ohio size with Romanian Pro conditioning. Yeah, I mean, I think that he's actually got a fair bit of size on his physique now. Maybe, he pushed the conditioning to another level because he wanted to, I suppose, push himself to that level. But I think it's a good look. I think it's more just the fact that he competed against a very good bodybuilder in Baruz Tabani. And he had some next level conditioning. So you've got to take your hat off to Baruz and how he looked. It was a very close contest. So on stage now is Pablo Lepois Munoz. Very good. This is the guy I was mentioning, but I didn't know his name. Looks a little bit like Alfred, actually. So he's very, very impressive. Big raps on Pablo. Very, very impressive. So obviously Mo Shaaban on the screen right now, and he'll be coming up soon, I believe. We have Andrea Muzi on stage now. So very dark tan. He looks angry. From Italy, number 15. And he's definitely bigger. I think coming into the Olympia, he's just like, I'm going all out. Whatever he was doing, he's doing more. Because he looks like he's added a huge amount of muscle. Or a good amount of muscle in this period of time anyway. He hits a front double bicep. His left bicep looks very full, I'd say. Front lat spread, very impressive for Andrea Muzi. I think he just needs to dial in the conditioning just a little bit more, but he has a lot more mass. Oh, the conditioning's pretty good. Hits it from the side. Hits his side tricep in the midsection. He's wanting to come out, though. That's the only thing that I don't like about his look right here. He's going to get points for the added size, but he's going to lose, I think, a little bit. Looks like he's maybe holding a little bit of fluid. These guys add a huge amount of size really quick, and it's that sort of look that the physique gets. I think it's a little bit like that for Andrea Muzi. I'll just change what's on the screen right now so you guys can see the competitors list once again. And after this, after Andrea Muzi is on stage, we have Kem Nazim. I don't know if that's that really. No, I don't know. Then we've got Diogo Nunes. Then we've got Christian Pancorbo. Andrea Presti, Milan Sadek. And then we've got Vincent Santamaria. And Jan Turek, Brett Wilkin. And also we have Mo Shaaban, who's not even on this list, I don't think. So I don't know where Mo will come on. Or if he's actually third last, I think he came out. So check who's on stage right now. And I might come back to you guys' questions. So we've got Kem Nazim on stage right now. I don't think he's a huge human, tall guy, but he's just not going to be a factor. He doesn't have good enough conditioning, unfortunately. Christian Spanu says, how is Andrea Presti? He hasn't come out individually yet. I've seen him in a big lineup of 7 guys, so it's a little bit hard to tell. He looks big, maybe not his most conditioned ever, but I'm assuming he's going for the Olympia. All right, let's go to your questions. All right. How long till finals? It's all in one, I think. So I think it's just one after the other. I think these guys are actually literally doing their posing routines. Not sure if it's their individuals or their posings. So, all right, let's go through Instagram with you guys and show you who's coming up. So we've got Kem Nazim on stage now. We've got Diogo Nunes. This guy is actually really impressive coming up. Sibu is looking, this is from Aviwi Laba. That's how I'm saying your name, dude. Sorry. How's Sibu looking? Sibu looks good. Conditioning wise, I don't know if he's going to be good enough. Diogo Nunes is on stage right now. He's pretty good. I don't think you can compare to Brett and Mo and those sorts of guys. I don't even know if he'll be able to be good enough to beat an Alfred, because Alfred's improved a huge amount. He's really good, so we will have to wait and see. All right, I'll bring up some guys for you that
could be contending this one. How's Roman looking? Roman looks damn huge, actually. Really big. Maybe he could be a little bit sharper, and that sounds like a terrible thing to say, but I think the amount of mass he's got on his physique, if he can do that with a little bit more conditioning, just a little bit more dryness, he is going to be good. So I think he's made a really good recovery this year because it's a better look than being the flattened out Roman. So because he's still got hard glutes, but just not quite as shredded as normal, which isn't too bad of a thing for him. So for you guys to know where we're at with the live show, we've got, we're about down to, where are we? We've had Muzi on stage. Yeah, we're getting towards the end of these, so we're going to have some call outs very, very soon. We've got Christian Pan-Corbo. I think he's about to be on stage now. And then we've got Andrea Presti, Milan Sadek. So yeah, we're getting towards the end of these guys. So we have to check back in. Check back in now. Yep. All right, we're good. We're good. So who's coming up next? Andrea Presti. Let's have a look at Andrea Presti. So this guy's been actually gaining really well over time. Check this out. This guy had like, I remember seeing a video for this. He had just so many people just waiting for him to pose, and people just like, wow, just like completely mind blown. So he's a hero, and he's from Italy, I believe. So I assume that's in Italy. It might be somewhere else where he was, where that was done. But yeah, here it is. Here's a video, I think. Look, it's just like so many people just like crowded in there, just like he's a absolute superstar, which a lot of people are in these countries. So 15 years ago, it's a bit of a story there. But he's looking good. He's got a great front double bicep too. As soon as he hits it, when the lats pop out, and those, the arms are looking so much more improved. He did have some issues, I believe, a while ago. His biceps looked a little bit funky. I think it all looks so much better now. So I'm impressed with Presti and what he's done lately. So he's actually on stage right now as we speak. So I'll be able to get a closer look. Make sure it's not sharing the actual stream. No, it's not. We're good. Yeah, Presti looks good. Not his most conditioned look of all time. We'll say that. The back now. He's about to hit a back double bicep, crunching down into it. Okay, but yeah, the strobe lights are a little distracting now. A little bit. But I don't know if it's because if it's my video or what, but it says it's streaming in 1080p. Yeah, he's not quite as crisp in the back as what he normally is. So I think he's peaking for the Olympia. But he probably thought I can come into this show and potentially get a qualification. Also, it's not far for these guys. When you're in Italy, I don't think that's far from Spain, really. Guys, let me know in the comments, how far is Spain from Italy? Whoops. I did not want to open up that. Whoops. Just wanted to check what's going on with that poll we've got up. Who do you guys have winning the 2022 Big Man Weekend Pro? 38% say Brett Wilkin, 32% say Andrea Presti, 29%, 32% say Mo Shaaban, 29% say Andrea Presti. And they're probably the top sort of three guys with Theo Leguerrier as well. So pretty much nailed. Well, I think the top three might be, or top four might be, or close to it at least anyway. So you have some good guys coming up shortly. So. Giovanni Ronfini says he's the best Italian bodybuilder. Yeah. It's a 1.5 hour flight. Yeah, 1 to 2 hours. Yeah. Thank you guys. Sibu Sisu for the win. I don't think he'll be winning this one, but he does actually look huge. So in the actual comparisons, he may look better as well. So you never know, but I highly doubt it with the conditioning of some of these other guys, unfortunately for him. Let's go back to the competitors list. On stage right now, we have Vincetti Santa Maria, I believe. So we've got Jan Turek after that. Oh, no, I think we have Mo Shaaban, then we'll have Jan Turek, and then we'll have Brett Wilkin coming up very, very soon. So Mo Shaaban, I don't know if he's got anything on his story right now. Look. Looks like these guys actually had like a bit of a press conference sort of thing for this show, which I'd love to see this sort of stuff too. See if I can go back to it. No, it's not letting me go back. Oh, it's me. There you go. Thank you, Mo Shaaban. Give him a like for that one. Let me go back that time. And guys, follow me on Instagram. Here we go. Got him backstage here. Dude has massive legs. You can't really see it there, but he looks round. He looks pretty good condition, so he looks good. Will he be good enough to beat an improved Brett Wilkin? Because Brett Wilkin looks very, very good. From what I've seen, at least, anyway. We've got Milan Sadek on stage right now, who looks good. He's conditioned, but just doesn't have enough size to be really contending with these other guys, in my humble opinion. Dude, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm not going to try. It's Caike Pro. Let me know how to pronounce that. You said, what's your IG? It's if you just look up Xavier Wills, and also I think it's in the description below. I think it's got both the desktop bodybuilding and my personal Instagram, I think. But you can just look them up, Xavier Wills or desktop bodybuilding. Follow me on there. Tag me if you're watching this actually right now. You can literally take a screenshot, jump on there, tag me on your story, and straight after I'll share it out. Thank you, guys. All right. We have the smallest man in the show on stage right now. I don't know about this guy's story, so his name's Vincetti Santamaria from Spain, hometown guy. I don't think he's winning any contests here, unfortunately. When does it start? It's on right now. So we're about to have Jan Turek, Mo Shaaban, and Brett Wilkin come out on stage. Roman top 4. He could be. I just don't know if he's sharp enough. Let me know if you guys are watching the stream right now too, live. He's on right now. I'll be showing maybe some screenshots, and we'll look some up on Instagram and check them out together. And I'll try to get it here first, guys. And yes, I'm eating popcorn. Literally. Mo and Brett are opposites, upper versus lower. Lee Carmichael. Oh, hey, bro. From Japan. Aussie living in Japan, Lee Carmichael. Yeah, very much. Mo Shaaban has the huge quads, and Brett has very full upper body. But obviously, Brett has Mo Shaaban is on stage right now, so I'm going to watch this, guys, and let you guys know my opinion. Good front lat spread. Wow, I'm not a fan of that sound. I'm going to take a screenshot. I'm just going to wait for probably people on Instagram putting him up. So Mo looks pretty conditioned. A lot of these guys, I think they give it a pass now. They're a little bit swollen at the top of the glutes. Sometimes if it's a little bit much so, it's a little distracting, but he looks pretty conditioned. He's hitting, he pulls the arms back. He's got the Christmas tree there. It's not inside out, but his back lat spread looks pretty damn impressive. I can't wait to see him and Brett Wilkin. It might come down to a final 2 call out, I reckon, in this show between Mo Shaaban and Brett Wilkin. Very good side tricep on Mo Shaaban too. So they do have some similar strong poses, actually. Yeah, Mo Shaaban looks good. Just trying to remember exactly how he's looking now. Yeah, good hands on hips, most muscular for sure. He's fired up. He's banging his chest hard. So we're going to have Brett Wilkin out next. So the show is on right now, and I'm going to be hopefully getting... Oh, we've got Jan Turek on now, then we've got Brett Wilkin straight after that. I forgot Jan Turek was sandwiched in between. Stream isn't super crisp for me. Let's see if we can go. No, 1080 is the most we can do. It says auto, but... Jan Turek, I mean, he looks in good condition, but actually he doesn't, to be honest, he actually doesn't look quite as crisp as he has in these recent contests, in my opinion. I don't know if it's a flatness thing or what it is. But Jan Turek is not going to be a factor, unfortunately, in this show. Quickly pop up on this, actually, no. when they do the first call out. The link to the stream, you guys are asking, it is in the description below. Make sure you check it out. I'll be putting out the results and all that sort of stuff. You'll see it here first, or here second, I guess, after the stream. I'm going to let you guys know how this contest plays out because it is a one-show format, I believe. Because it said prejudging finals, so I'm assuming after the men, after the comparisons, they'll go to Bikini Awards, and then probably after that, it'll go to the men's awards. So it's just a one show. We're taking their time on it. Jan Turek might have had an ab cramp. Yeah, he looks like he's got an ab, or at least he's got very. Oh yeah, he's got an ab cramp. And as soon as he turned around as well, he just grabbed it. He's walking off stage now. It's actually funny. He's walking off stage now, and his back looks so much thicker than it actually did on stage. Okay, Brett Wilkin is walking out now. He's nodding his head. He looks confident. Yep. Brett Wilkin looks very, very good. But as soon as they zoom the camera out, it doesn't look quite as impressive compared to when it was actually zoomed in for Brett Wilkin compared to everyone else. Upper body-wise, very impressive. Yeah, but I think the camera angle doesn't look as crazy because when he's up close, he looked like next level easy winner. So hitting that side tricep. It's funny, like when you're watching someone who you actually know as well, you're invested emotionally. So, oh, his glutes are ridiculous when he turns to the back. I don't know if it's the lighting, but all these guys, like the top of their glutes look a little bit swollen. Just a little bit, like it's absolutely everyone. His glutes are inside out. Back lat spread looked very good. I think he's just got cleaner lines than Mo Shaaban, but Mo Shaaban has very, very big legs. I think it's going to be a final two call out between Brett Wilkin and Mo Shaaban, but I haven't seen him side by side either, so I'm guessing. Where are the screenshots? I don't want to tread on these guys' toes or anything like that. They have a very strict disclaimer, so I will maybe share one or two, just so you guys can see the overall aspect of it and how these guys look structure-wise. But obviously, I encourage you guys to purchase the stream. Okay, they're coming out on stage right now as we speak. And they're coming onto the line, so we're going to see a first call out. So this is going to be good. As in their original lineups, but this could take some shuffling around because I didn't know how it was going to play out until certain guys actually stood next to each other. So some actually very good guys in every call out really. So this is going to be a tough one, and they didn't even get to stand next to each other on stage. And yes, I'm eating popcorn. All right. Do you guys want to see this competitors list up there? Because I can tell you guys who looks good off the competitors list, or let me know if you want to see anyone's IG or how Brett Wilkin is looking 4 hours ago. Put that up on his IG. Got all these guys on one side of stage right now. Shout out to you guys getting in the comments. You're obviously not seeing any of the show by me putting this up, but you'll at least see some of these guys standing there, so you can see a few of them, just how they're looking. So guys don't just have to look at the competitors list. Be a little tease of what you get if you purchase the live stream. I think I'll have to stop that share for 1 second. Finals, it's all in one. It's all in one, guys. So I think it's all like a one show format. Stop that just share for a second, and then I'll just put this up for you guys. So you can see at least sort of what's going down at the show and what it looks like at least. But you won't see all the comparisons and stuff like that because I have a pretty strict disclaimer, but I just want to at least show you guys that. So Andrea Muzi seems like he's in the first call out. Andrea Presti is in the first call out. I don't know if it's only been 2 guys called out so far. We've got Theo Leguerrier in there as well. We've got Milan Sadek in that one. That actually surprised me. Got Mo Shaaban, and I assume it's going to be Brett Wilkin. And Brett Wilkin, yep. So Jan Turek is like, as you can see, these guys are so close, they're moving around so much these days, contest to contest. Because Milan Sadek was I don't know what place he was in, but I feel like he was in like a 6th place when Jan Turek was in 2nd or something like that. So now he's obviously ahead of Jan Turek. Brett Wilkin gets moved into the middle, next to Andrea Presti, in between Andrea Presti and Mo Shaaban. Mo Shaaban looks very big here. Andrea Presti actually looks pretty damn big, and Theo looks big too. So it's going to be interesting to see once they start hitting shots. I think that's when Brett will come alive. Brett's got a great structure once he goes into it. So sorry, guys, I'm just intensely watching this. Brett's not as dark as Mo Shaaban on this one. Mo is very big. It's going to come down to, I think, a few shots when they turn to the back. First impressions, though, Mo looks very, very big. It's hard to tell conditioning because they're so far zoomed down on this. Try to get a thing for you guys. Andrea Presti in the lineup, I think, looks a little bit better than I gave him credit for. I'm not paying too much attention to Theo because I'm sort of looking at these middle guys, but Theo looks great on that side chest. Even Muzi looks good. Brett obviously looks great on that one as well. I think Brett could have been maybe a touch darker because it is quite harsh lighting at this show. Their side tricep. Yeah, I think Brett wins that one. With Mo. Oh, Theo looks good too. But I'd say Brett wins the side tricep. That's sort of one of his signature shots. So no surprises there. I'll just make sure the stream is working. Yep. People asking for a link to the stream. It's in the description. Check it out. You keep asking Casey Darren. Cool. All right. Back double bicep. Oh, Brett looks next level on that one. Mo looks very good on it too, but Brett just looks carved from stone. Rear lat spread. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Andrea Presti has a very big back on his rear lat spread, but I think Brett wins. Yeah, Brett wins the rear shots, I think, pretty much for sure, in my opinion. But there was some other shots from the front where, yeah, because Mo Shaaban has those crazy quads. The ab and thigh, I think Brett wins as well, but when you look at some of those other shots like the front double bicep, I think the front double bicep, Mo Shaaban clearly wins. Sorry, I'm ignoring Andrea Presti and Theo and Andrea Muzi a little bit. I'm just looking at those 3 sort of guys because Brett's more in the middle. So you got Andrea Presti and Brett in the middle, but then you got Mo Shaaban on the other side. So they might switch these guys around here just so they can get another look. Geez, the hands on hips for Mo Shaaban is crazy. Brett hits it, just not as much leg as obviously Mo Shaaban. So I think I'd have to probably give the most muscular to Mo. And I'm sorry I'm leaving Presti out of this as well. Well, Brett looks next level. When Brett just stands there with his arms down, sort of just shoulders flared a little bit, he looked crazy. He's just standing because he looks even more shredded when he's just relaxed. Then when Mo's flaring his quads out and just opening up, it's next level. This is going to be a good show. Where can I get the live stream? The link is in the description. It's a pay-per-view, but KC, you saw it, sweet man. Where can I get the live stream? The link is in the description. Yeah, I mean, front double bicep is one of Brett's weakest poses, yeah. So probably one of his more weaker poses, I'd say. Turn to the back now. A lot of these guys are actually sweating quite a bit. I think we've got a decent amount of glaze, but it seems like most of these guys are sweating a little bit. Going to their back double bicep. Brett needs to stay on those glutes and hams because that's what wins it for him. Him and Andrea Presti are knocking elbows non-stop. Heard the commentator say it's bodybuilding, not MMA. And Brett just tapped Andrea Presti, and they sort of, I think, just had a little conversation there. A friendly one. Like Brett was like, "Hey man, I didn't mean to." Wow, Brett's back double is crazy looking. Once he hits it, he definitely wins that back shot. It's just from the front. Mo Shaaban looks just so overwhelmingly big when he hits his most muscular. And then when he hits a few other ones, it looks like Andrea Presti and Brett Wilkin are 1-2. They've just put them back in the lineup. So to me, that looks like Brett Wilkin's winning, to be honest with you guys, because I think Mo Shaaban just wasn't perhaps quite as conditioned as Brett Wilkin, but Mo is overwhelmingly big. So he looks, he's got his hands on his hips. But yeah, it's between Andrea Presti and Brett Wilkin. So let me know who you guys think is going to win this contest. I'll just go back to sharing. I'll just actually watch these. So we've got Theo Leguerrier in the middle next to Mo Shaaban. Then you've got Andrea Muzi on the outside of him. You've also got Milan Sadek on the outside of him. It looks like we've got Danny on one side, and then we have our man, I forgot his name, find my competitors list. We've got I can't remember which guy it is, fortunately. I'm sorry, guys. It's number 14, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Gianluca Di Lorenzo. He looks very good. Very impressed with his physique. In this photo, I don't even know if you can see him there, actually, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think he's in that one. Yeah, that goes up to 12, guys, I think. You can see on screen right now, but I'll let you know what's happening in this contest. I'll get back to it. Okay, we turn to the back now. This is the second call out. You got a bunch of guys from the first call out, and you can tell the difference too, because the guys that are in the first call out are so glazed because they're all obviously sweating. But it's actually funny. This week, Milan Sadek is not sweating at all, and he was sweating a ton when he's on stage with Mikhail Krizo. Back double bicep. Yeah, Mo Shaaban is very round, but Theo looks really good here too. For those of you just joining, just so you know, it is a contest. It appears between Andrea Presti and Brett Wilkin. This is a prejudging and finals all in one, essentially. So make sure you guys stay tuned to this one because it's going to be hopefully a close, interesting final two call out that we're going to see between Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti. So 41% of you guys have Brett Wilkin winning, 30% have Andrea Presti, 27% Mo Shaaban, and 2% Theo. Theo's close, probably with Mo Shaaban, so it's interesting. But let me get back to this stream. I'll stop the share. I'll actually share another screen with you guys. Stop that one. Share screen. Oh, not almost shared the actual stream of the show. You guys almost locked out. You guys are speaking in a lot of different languages here, so I have no idea. I assume that's maybe Italian. If we can keep it to English, it'd be much appreciated. Then I can actually respond to you guys, feature your comments, and all that good stuff. All right, so on stage now, we still have that second call out. And Theo Leguerrier and Andrea Muzi are absolutely saturated in sweat. Their tans are running and everything, especially Theo's. Theo's is pretty bad. They just moved him out and they moved Muzi in. So a tan and presentation might be hurting Theo a little bit, which sucks. Like, these call outs are really long as well because they've got plenty of time. So yeah, this one, you can see 5 judges down the front as well. So it's going to be high and low thrown out, but they're doing a lot of talking. So I assume with that amount of talking, we might see some very similar scores. Someone said €60. I mean, something. It's not that for the for the Olympia. It's about that much, but it's not that much for this show. I believe it's $19.99 or something like that, or $19.90 for the live stream if you do want to watch it live as well. So we've got prejudging going on right now, the judging, and then it'll go straight into finals, I believe. I don't know if that was actually their posing routines they did before, or if they actually got to do their routines as well. I can't imagine then they'll just do their routines straight away. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But it is a contest between Brett Wilkin, Brett the Butcher Wilkin, as you can see on the screen here. Obviously, he's a favourite going in. Mo Shaaban was sort of a late entrant. People weren't talking too much about Andrea Presti considering the level of competitor he is. But he's coming to the show and looks fantastic. You can see Brett here. That's a sick shot. And yeah, Brett, I think he looks really, really good. He's a little bit compromised on those front relaxed and front double bicep against Mo Shaaban, and even Andrea Presti as well, because his structure is so huge. But I think front double bicep will go to Presti for sure. That's one of his stronger shots. But Brett in those back shots and stuff, I think he's going to be too much. I think that Brett Wilkin wins this show. And his side shots are obviously very good as well. Presti has some good side shots too. You can see here, Nick Trigilli says best side shots in 2022. That's a big call. even I maybe don't agree with that one. Because I don't think he'd stand next to some of the freaks out there. Got obviously Brandon Curry and all these guys. All right, we're seeing a call out now. This is where Roman Fritz. There's a lot of good guys down in his third call out. When you think of a third call out, you don't think of guys like Alfred Chirek, an improved Roman Fritz, Sibu Sisu Cotello, Jan Turek, who recently finished second in a contest like a matter of weeks ago. This is a damn good show. And honestly, these guys in this third call out, I feel for every single one of them because they all look fantastic. As you can see, Brett Wilkin on the screen right now. And I have no idea. Literally, I think there's a bunch of Italians in the comment right now. Surely you guys can actually understand English if you're watching this. Let us know if you're speaking Italian or is it Spanish? Let me know. All right. For those of you joining the stream now, it seems like it's a contest between Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti. I've been live for over an hour. Make sure you get the likes up on this video as well. See where it's at now. We're at 73 likes. Come on, guys. We've got 200 and something people in there right now. Do you think Presti can win? I don't know. I've got to see him side by side again because I thought it was going to be more between Shaaban and Brett Wilkin by just first impressions. But yeah, sure, Presti can win, but I think when they stand side by side and we get a final two call out and I just concentrate on Presti versus Wilkin, I'll be able to tell a lot easier. But my prediction will be front double bicep and front relaxed will be Presti. And then after that, we go into a front lat spread. I need to see it. Presti has a good front lat spread too. Once we hit the side shots and the back shots, I think that's when Brett will win it, especially those back shots. The ab and thigh, I need to see Presti's again. I think Brett will probably win that on conditioning. Also, Roman's in this call out now, and he's sitting back double bicep, and his hammies and glutes look harder than they did before, and his back as well. Whatever's happened to Roman's physique since he first came out, he looks better. Or it could just be the lighting. Yeah, for me, in this call out, I think Roman Fritz is actually probably winning this one, which is amazing because you've seen Alfred Chirek do really well in contest too, and I think that Roman's probably winning it. Probably. Alfred's been swapped with Justin Mackey, and it really is so close. Like these guys, some of these guys might walk away disheartened with these results, and for sure, like Jan Turek finishing second and then going down to a third call out. People asking where you can watch the show. You can watch it in the link in the description. So make sure you check that out. It's about 19.99, I think, euros or something like that. But we will have the results here as well. Sibu Sisu looks very good in his third call out, hitting his most musculars. But I just think for him, it's just a matter of doing whatever it takes to get as much grainy, hard condition on his physique. I think that's just what he needs, unfortunately. And I think for him, I think genetically it is tough because his muscles are so round and so full. I just think that's not an easy thing for him to get dry and crazy striated. Like you look at like Brett Wilkin's glutes. Some people can never have that sort of detail and that skinlessness on their glutes where they just don't have those deep lines. You look at Ian Valliere compared to Brett Wilkin. Ian's glutes, you can't say they're not hard, but they just don't have those deep shredded lines like Brett has. So that's just more of a genetic advantage. Wow. And so some of these guys have to feel like, oh my God, there's some really good guys in this fourth call out. We've got Kokeni Bella. He just finished second in a show recently. So it's even more incredible that he's down in his fourth call out. I think Kokeni Bella looks pretty damn good too. So he's got to feel, it's rough for these guys. So people asking who's in the first call out. It was Brett Wilkin. It was Mo Shaaban. It was Andrea Presti. It looks like it's going to be a final two call out between Brett Wilkin and Presti. We had, who else do we have in there? We had Milan Sadek in there, but honestly, like I thought Kokeni Bella would have probably beaten Milan Sadek, and he's, Milan Sadek was first call out, and then you got Kilkenny Bella in the fourth call out. So it's I think for the judges, it's a tough show. We've got 5 judges and they're doing a lot of talking. We've got a lot of guys to sort through. So they've got a really tough job. But they are taking their time. So I don't know if it's the usual US crew. I can't see Steve Weinberg or Tyler Mannion or any of those guys there. So could be, obviously, seems like it's a completely different judging panel to what we had some of these other recent shows. So that's probably why the reason for different results and call outs and whatnot, different preferences these guys. Yeah, you got Aaron Gooley in this fourth call out. You got the first competitor out on stage. I can't remember his name right now. Top of my head. I'll go back to answering some of your guys' questions if you have any. I'm predicting Mo Shaaban will be in 3rd in this contest, and I believe Theo Leguerrier or Andrea Muzi will be 4th, and the other guy will be 5th. I'm predicting that it will play out like that by the call-outs and everything we've seen so far. Andrea Presti has that impressive front double bicep, so I want to make sure I keep checking back and make sure I don't miss any of what is going down. Who's in first call-out? Jeremy asks. We have Andrea Presti. Quickly bring up a photo of the first call-out. Just quickly. Just a little glance so you guys can see. Let me just find it. If I've still got it open. Somewhere here. Wherever that is. Quickly. Oh no, that's not first call-out. My bad, guys. Let me just find that for you guys. All right. First call out. Do I have a photo of it? No, I don't have it right now. I'll just get back to the stream, guys, and I'll bring up the competitors list so you can at least see that while I'm talking. All right. Whoops. Gotta get back to the live stream quickly. Oh, we've got a 5th call out right now. Okay. We've got a couple of pretty decent guys in there as well. We've got James Bond in there. Looks pretty decent. And then we've got this guy from Portugal. I can't quite remember his name. Where is it? The guy from Portugal's name is Diogo Nunes. He's actually missed final call out by the looks of it. We're going to have probably a final 2 call out after this. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Yep, 20 pounds for your show flex. Shout out to you for letting everyone know. The link is in the description. So first call out was Brett Wilkin. I don't know. Jan Turek wasn't in there. We had Milan Sadek. We had Andrea Presti. We had Andrea Muzi. We had Theo Leguerrier. I'm trying to think who else we had in there. I think we had Roman. No, we didn't have Roman Fritz. No. I think that might have been it. Maybe one other guy. What's up, guys? It's Hans Korenhoff. Shout out to you, man, for getting in the comments. Appreciate you. All right, so we've still got the final call out on stage right now. It's a big show, this one, actually. It's really cool. It's great to see these guys doing it. Make sure you click the link in the description if you want to check out the live stream. Yes, Mo was in first call out too. Sorry, he's just not on this competitors list. I said 5 guys. I'm like, I know there was 6. Shout out. Thank you. I don't know how Mo got him in show so late and never got on the competitors list, but we actually got to see. All right, so still final call out right now. I feel bad for some of these guys in these final call outs because there are some real good bodybuilders in there, like legitimately. It's a shame a lot of these guys didn't show up to other shows. There's guys in the 4th call out that could be, getting Olympia points at other shows. All right, so sorry, I had to mute that for a second. We got the real small dude getting in front of people in the most muscular last pose. Completely inappropriate. On the outside of a final call out. It's funny. All right. All right. Veng Hens says, who you got winning and how close is it? I got Brett winning, and I need to see this final two call out. I think it's going to come up on stage in a second. We're just waiting to do their final call out. The judges look pretty frantic in this one. Busy. So I think there's about 20 guys in this lineup. Oh, we've got Roman Fritz coming out on stage. They might do a big final last call out. They did obviously send Presti. Roman looks big. I'm surprised they're bringing Roman out again. They might be doing like a second last call out or a third last, probably second last call out. Or they might have reconsidered a lot of these guys because there was a lot of close guys. So we have Roman, we have Andrea Muzi, we have Milan Sadek, we have Danny on stage. I'm terrible with his last name. That might be it. Or are they getting anyone else out on stage? There's a lot of guys from different parts of Europe. Danny Kaganovich. What are people asking? Update on Sibu Sisu. He's not even first call out. Where do you think Sibu Sisu Catello will be placed? He's from South Africa. Really hope he does well. Unfortunately, Miss Show, I can't remember what call out he's in, but I think it was the third potentially. But it is stacked. Like I've been saying to people that it's a really stacked show. We've got number 14. I keep forgetting some of these dudes' names. There's about 20-something guys. I have to remember their names. It's Gianluca Di Lorenzo. So he's in this call out right now on stage with Danny Kaglovich, Roman Fritz, who just has been moved into the middle, Andrea Muzi, and then Milan Sadek. Milan Sadek's been moved to the outside. Danny just got moved to the outside, and we've got Roman Fritz versus Andrea Muzi versus our man. Is it Gianluca? It is Gianluca Di Lorenzo. Gianluca Di Lorenzo. Just keep saying that in my head. Who's in the final call out? Hasn't been quite yet the final call out. It will be on very soon. I'll bring up a little screenshot of what the stage looks like and what, you can see a couple of the front guys look like at least anyway. Not front in terms of contending, but just a couple guys standing in front of this photo. All right, let me share. I've got to actually open it up for you guys. If I miss anything, I blame your. This is just one zoomed out photo of the thing, so you can at least see what's sort of happening. Open that. Top three, I reckon, will be Mo Shaaban. Third, Brett Wilkin. And Andrea Presti. Looks like Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti are a top two. Might be a final two call out. Might be a final three call out. We'll have to wait and see, shall we? I'm just checking out what's happening with the comp right now before I share my screen once again. I'll just show you guys. That was the first call out. So we got to see, obviously, Andrea Muzi on the left here. We've got Theo Leguerrier here, second on the left. On the far right, we have, what's his name? I went to call him Andrea Presti. Milan Sadek. Then we had Mo Shaaban in front last spread there. Brett Wilkin, that's literally probably the least impressive. He looked the whole time on stage just about because he wasn't quite in the pose. And then we had Andrea Presti. I'd probably say front double bicep Presti over Brett Wilkin. I would say, because if we're just comparing those two, let's quickly go back and check to see what's going on the live stream. Roman Fritz just looks like a so much considerably bigger bodybuilder. Sorry, I just want to go back to this. Then we've got, so front double bicep, I'd say Presti. He's got a very impressive front double. Very similar sort of legs in terms of size. Like obviously Presti's taller, but I think Brett has a bit more on the medialis and looks a little bit better from the side, definitely on the legs. No, guys, I can't show the stream. You guys have to purchase that one, unfortunately. But these guys do a great job on the stream. They don't have a huge amount of people watching, unfortunately. And then we've got, so front lat spread, you guys can make your mind up there. Brett's obviously got the higher lats and he's got his hands a little bit high, but I think he's brought them down actually a little bit, which does look better. Very full up across the shoulders. Presti overall structure and stature, he just looks taller, but front lat spread, I need to see it moving again. Front double, I'd say Presti. side shots, I think that's where Brett sort of starts to run away. But Presti has some good side shots. You can't sleep on that dude from the side. We've actually just got the call out now down to 3 competitors. It's Danny. We're going off stage now regardless. It's not the final 3, so don't worry. Who have the link for the streaming? It's in the description below. It costs $19.99 or something like that. And then you got Mo Shaaban. Looks really good there. But from the back, Brett is, I think, going to wipe this show. The back lat spread isn't. Here we go. Final call out. Brett Wilkin. We have Mo Shaaban coming out. I wish Brett was just a little bit darker, but I don't think it will matter against Mo because it seems like it's okay. We have a final 3, 4. We have a final 4 call out by the looks of it. Might go down to a final 2. We'll have to wait and see because they're doing different things with the call outs here. It's not like the usual US judges. I'll bring it back up the competitors list now. So you guys can at least see that while I'm watching this contest. All right, so Brett's actually on the side of this one. So we've got Theo Leguerrier and Mo Shaaban in the middle. So I assume they're comparing these 2 guys for 3rd. So I'll compare them essentially now. I won't worry about Brett and Andrea. Mo Shaaban, back double bicep. Theo has some incredibly developed glutes. They're actually bigger than Mo Shaaban's, which surprised me because he's a pretty well developed. As they go into a rear lat spread, who do I have winning this one? Theo is tall. I have Theo winning the rear lat spread over Mo Shaaban. But I'm assuming very soon I'll probably move Brett and Andrea Presti into the middle. Yeah, Brett looks good. Looks better on stage now, actually. Looks like he's filling out a little bit more. Yeah, they just sort of went, okay, they went through that and they kept Brett and Andrea on the outside. They were actually moved back out of that first call out. So it seemed like they were a clear, obvious top 2 and they didn't even get compared side by side then. I was literally just focusing on that just for those 2 in the middle because, yeah, this is this is an interesting one. I can say interesting correctly. So if they're falling off stage now, that was a very weird final call out. The judging seems very, I have no idea what's happening. Let's put it that way. I don't know if Brett Wilkin's winning this show, Andrea Presti is, or what is going on. Because that was some of the weirdest call-outs. If that was the last of the call-outs and Presti and Brett didn't get put side by side apart from at the very start, that's really weird unless it's a big win, you know? So yeah, this is going to be interesting. It was definitely not people asking Presti top 2. I mean, Brett and Andrea Presti got moved back into the lineup at the start after that first call out, and then they were stood on the outside of the last call out, so they weren't even side by side. That to me is absolutely insane, and I didn't even focus on them. I was focusing on the 2 guys in the middle because I thought that was a battle for 3rd. So yeah, bizarre call outs in my opinion. They went pretty slow through a lot of them, so I don't know what the go is at this contest. All right, let's have a look. Okay. So this contest right now, I don't exactly know what's going on. I assume it's going to be bikini awards, and then it will go to probably men's awards. So it seems like they're just doing it all sort of one show format by the looks of it. So there's absolutely no listing of finals or anything like that. And it did say prejudging finals. So I assume it is all in one. Sorry I'm eating, guys. It would seem the judges have made their decision. Seems that way. They must have made it on that first call out, just one call out. Trevor says, that's very strange. I feel like Brett was winning over Presti, but it wasn't a landslide where they wouldn't be compared side by side. Yeah, it's. I mean, I think Brett's winning. You can call that bias or whatever, but I think that, to me, I thought that it was not a clear win, but I think if I saw them side by side and actually compared them, because I was comparing more Brett to Mo Shaaban, I think it probably would be, you know, 3 poses to 5 or something like that to Brett, or 2 poses to 5 or whatever it works out to be. I think Brett dominates the back double. The rear lat spread, I think that it's closer, but Brett still wins it. I have to wait and see though. I don't know what's actually going on with the contest right now. Give us your top 3. Man, I don't know. Brett Wilkin seems like Andrea Presti and Mo Shaaban, but who knows? Can you show us the live? I can't show you the live. I'll show you a little screen capture. I'll also go to Instagram as well, and we can have a look on there together to see if we can find anything. It looks like there's a little, maybe a minor intermission. So get your questions in if you've got any right now. Actually, no. The announcer is on the stage. 10 minutes of having a 10-minute intermission. I'm going to stick with you guys. In the meantime, there'll probably be some photos up on Instagram. Let's see. You know, Andrea, we'll do a little refresh. Get Andrea Presti's tagged photos. So people at the contest are putting up. Wow, that video's minute. You guys probably can't see anything there. Yeah, that is very, very small, unfortunately. Cam Young Fitness says, you think Roman top 5 to 6? Somewhere around there, I guess. Presti can't compete with Brett in the leg. Someone's saying that on Instagram. Someone's saying Mo Shaaban, and it's not even close. Mo did look very big in some poses. Like you can see there in the front, if you can even make out what's on the screen right now. He looked enormous in the front relax. I actually thought he might win it at the very start, but goes to show how once they work through stuff, that's driving me insane how that video is so small. Who's the best BB posted it too? Oh, it got big then. That is so frustrating. Every time I click on something, it goes big, and you can actually see what's happening. Anyway, apologies, guys, that I can't make that any bigger. Get your questions in. Get your questions in. Like, comment, all that sort of stuff. Help the algorithm for us. Let's have a look at Brett Wilkin and see if he's tagged in anything. By habit, I want to say, shall we? It's like a Louis Marco throwback, if any of you guys know that. So what are people posting up on Instagram? All these guys posting up the actual footage. So you can sort of see there, Brett Wilkin next to Shaaban, front double. This is all over Instagram, obviously. So these are screenshots here from the contest. People have taken. It is on Instagram. So we've got, obviously, Muzi on the left, Theo Leguerrier, we've got Presti, we've got Brett, we've got Mo Shaaban, and we've got Milan Sadek. It's very hard to tell from these photos. And this is the only time we actually got to see Presti next to Brett on stage. And it's almost impossible to tell by these screenshots. You see there I'm the most muscular. I think Brett's probably a little bit too conditioned there for Mo, but you can see Presti looks pretty damn conditioned there too. So it's a show that you probably honestly have to be there and see it up close. There's that tiny video again. That's so frustrating. I'll do a favor for you guys, because this is some contest footage from there. I'll actually try to download this. I'll open up another tab for you guys, and I'll hopefully it comes up big. But I'll put something on the screen for you guys so you can at least see something. That's something that someone's put up. Obviously, it's pretty. Oops. Maybe we have other pages. Oh, this one can go away. Block user. Catch you never. What are you guys asking? Yeah. Man, I forgot how to pronounce your first name. Hans? Kornhoff? I think they're thirsty in the comments over here. They are thirsty. Far too thirsty. That's funny, man. Oh, don't want to do that. What am I doing? You can see it's very small on the screen right now, so that's what someone's put up on Instagram. So you can't really, This was where Presti, this is a final call out where Brett's on the left, Presti's on the right. I wasn't even looking at them remotely. And yeah, but anyway, frustrating that those two guys, you can get to stand side by side at the end. But I think you look at Brett there, the most muscular, it's still really impressive. He's got that little bit of an angle, so it's helping him. And Shaaban was very impressive and the most muscular too. But I think Brett's going to be too good in this one. He's ultra shredded, especially from the back. He's just absolutely next level. Let's get off that. I'll try to download this one for you guys. In the meantime, I'll show you guys. I'll leave that up on the screen, at least in the meantime. New tab. Hopefully that doesn't come up. And I'll download this video and hopefully it comes up big for you guys and you can see what's going on from some footage from a contest. If you guys can't see, yeah. Brett's going to win, David Renaud says. Hopefully, my man. Obviously, that's great for the podcast as well. Not that I care that it's for the podcast, but it's cool to see. Obviously, Brett, he's a very nice guy. For those who don't know Brett, don't watch the podcast, Bodybuilding University. We'll be back very soon as well. Brett is honestly one of the nicest guys, always happy to help out. And that's why I suppose when he gets a bad rap for something, it's, you want to stand by him and stick up for him as well. Because he's, I think almost a little bit underrated at this point. Big support from Croatia. Shout out to you, my man. Appreciate it. Balkan Knife. It's an intense name, dude. But yeah, this is a great contest, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing. I'll just make sure we're not back on stage or anything. No, it just got ads up right now. So, is this last qualifier for the Olympia this year? Or was it for next year? This is for next year. This is the first qualifier for 2023. So whoever qualifies and wins this show will be the first man qualified for the 2023 Mr. Olympia. What's up, DK? Joining us at 11:45 at night from Australia. Gee, I've been live on here for a while now. It's been a minute, over almost an hour and a half. We've got 222 people in the stream. Who do I have winning? I have Brett Wilkin winning this contest. He looks great. Now, I've downloaded this video that we see on the screen right now. Let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger. See if this works. I'll stop this share right there for a second. Let's have a look. Video file. Let's see if this works and is larger than a tiny video. Let's hope. Whoa, we've got noise there. Okay, that's better than nothing. You can see from a little bit of a different angle there. So you can see, we'll just keep playing this over for you guys. So I'll actually pause it. So you can see here, tiny video, but it's better than nothing. We've got Mo Shaaban on the far right, who looks crazy in that front relax. Seriously, that's why I thought Hans is telling me how to pronounce his name. But we've got Mo Shaaban, who looks enormous on the right, to be honest. Like, when I first saw that front relaxed, I thought that he'd probably beat Brett. I was really trying to analyze it before I said anything. And then you got, obviously, Presti there as well, who I think when Brett first came out, he actually looked flat at first, and then he filled out, and his back shot, like his back double bicep, got so impressive by the end of it. I believe this is the start of the first call out. You can see there, I think I'd have probably Presti winning that one, Shaaban in second, and Brett in third on the front double bicep. See there, Theo Leguerrier and Muzi, and that's what we're seeing from that one. So that's unfortunate, but at least you can see some of these contests. Contest is not back on as yet. Let's have a look to see if we've got any more videos like that going up or better. So we're on Brett the Butcher Wilkins Instagram page. I don't think you guys can actually see what I'm doing right now. Oh, we have photos. We have photos that I'm going to show to you guys. All right. Yeah, we've got some good quality photos, guys. I'm going to bring them up on the screen right now for you. Hannes. Your name is pronounced Hannes? Or is it Hunis? Hunis or Hannes? Just say H-U-N if it's Hannes. Mo's legs are huge. Yeah, they are next level crazy. Swelled up. That's a cool name. How long till the verdict? I think soon. I think we're going to have the bikini results and then the men's results. So I'll bring up these photos for you guys on the screen right now. You can let me know your thoughts on how everyone looks. Verdict should not... Oh, almost left the studio. Wow, almost shut down the stream. That would have been bad. All right, let's share the screen. Take you to the photos from this contest. So you can see there Sibu Siso Catello on the left there, and we've got Theo Leguerrier on the right. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys. You guys don't need to see my face too big. So yeah, Sibu looks good here. I don't think he's fully popped into that pose where he's sort of rotating his elbows around properly. Sibu's on the left there, obviously, as well. We've got Brett Wilkin here on the right. He's front relaxed. It's not his strongest pose. He's up there against Jan Turek, and these are all angled as well. So this is Moray. He's such a good photographer. This is not on his page though, however, so not even tagged in here, unfortunately. So let's we'll look him up and give him a shout out as well. See if he's got any more shots going up with his contest. He's at everything. But look how good Sibu looks there. That is a absolutely next level physique. Let me know your thoughts on Sibu on the left and Theo Leguerrier on the right. But Sibu's just, that front double bicep looks so good. But see how thick Sibu is, like, just through his knees. Look at his knee, side to side. That's like, he's just a bigger boned, bigger structured human. His legs like, huge tree trunks that just have these, just completely unique shape. You see there Roman Fritz on the right. You can see he's put on a huge amount of muscle. I think he's even out-angled here by Alfred as well, and he looks huge. He just looks like he needs to be crisper overall, but if he can bring this level of size next year, just this, no bigger, just this level of size and fullness with the conditioning, a little bit more conditioning, then I think that that's going to be a next level look for Roman Fritz, and he's going to be doing some serious damage. So that's my prediction. Just checking back in with the stream. It is not live yet. Got Kokeni Bella here on the left-hand side. And obviously the judges didn't like him in this show. He's like fourth call out, I think it was. He's got the torn bicep there, but I think that he makes up with it in conditioning, and he looked pretty good overall in this one. This is James Bond on the right, which definitely love his name. This guy here, I'm trying to think who this is. He was not conditioned enough, as you can see in these photos. Then you got Andrea Presti on the left. It looks pretty good. Andrea Presti's front double bicep is so crazy, but his biceps are very filled out looking there. Jan Turek on the right, Mo Shaaban on the left. Shaaban was big. His front double bicep so impressive too. His face is ghostly white though, so I don't know if he'll be able to fix that before finals, which is probably in about 5 minutes. Let's see what's going on. Yep, show's not back on as yet. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Go back to your... Where can I see the live? Copper 92. The link is in the description. It's Hun. How do you pronounce it again? Let's get back to it. Hannes. I'm going to say it with my own little twang. Now you'll be seeing my name a lot in the comments. Dude, I'm going to totally forget that, so you're going to have to say it again. Love your channel, and thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Andrea Muzi goes to eating lemons with his coach, Pepino? I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's an insult or not. Hopefully not. So yeah, you can see these guys look good in this contest. I'll go... Contest is not back on yet. They did say 10 minutes, probably about 15 minutes ago, so we will see. Nah, it's probably 10 minutes. Some more photos here as well. By the same guy, Moray. It's Moriau. Dude is good. Back double bicep. This is what I'm talking about here with Brett Wilkin. Check that out. That is inside out shredded, and that's what I was looking at when I said the back double bicep looks so impressive. Because it actually looks like Brett's actually really quite big here in terms of muscularity, and he is, obviously. But like, he looks smaller going into it, and then he hits it, and it's like, wow, that is so impressive. Yeah, if he can get that conditioning with that, a little bit extra size from the front especially, wow, that's going to be crazy. Mo Shaaban, very filled out. He's actually very impressive on this pose too. And and Andrea Presti, pretty impressive on his back double as well. But I think Brett just wins that one pretty well, hands down. I mean, that's the last of those photos. Who was the best BBs posted up this? See that back double bicep at the bottom again there from Brett Wilkin. Then you see the front double bicep. You can see Brett, I think he just needs to pick those elbows up a little bit. I don't know if he keeps them down for a reason or not, but Presti definitely wins that front double bicep or Mo Shaaban over Brett Wilkin. Front relaxed. You can see this is when they were just too close and Presti and Brett were just bumping elbows a bit. You can't, that's no real representation of how they look. See if there's anything else. We'll do a little refresh on this one. Yes, I am eating popcorn as well. I don't know if we've got any more photos there, unfortunately. See what Brett Wilkins actually put up here. There we go. There's one from backstage 4 minutes ago. So he's obviously got a little bit of time to chill out. So Brett Wilkin is looking pretty incredible. I love that look, like the way the skin lays on his muscle and everything like that. I just prefer that over someone who's got the real messy sort of look. Someone says, sorry, man. Everyone in Italy knows what I'm talking about. Okay. So morning, what about James Bondy? He's just not conditioned enough from the back, essentially, I don't believe. He looks good, though. Looks good. He's impressive. But this is Brett backstage at the contest looking crazy. Crazy good. Brett, sometimes when he hits his ab pose as well, he's not always hitting it 100% perfect, but he's hitting it, like when he hits it like that, spot on. Sometimes I think he crunches over a little bit too much, and once he gets that ab control down perfectly and he's able to hit and stay on it perfectly with popping him out properly every time, that'll be another advantage and thing that he's done, but he's got a lot better. TK says, dang, the quads on Ghostface are insane. Yeah, that's Mo Shaaban. Crazy. All right, Andrew Jack, new Mr. O, bye. Byron said that in the comments. So let's see where we're at with this contest. We're going to be getting the results coming up soon. So very, very soon, I assume. I'll actually message Brett live and see what I can get out of him. Probably nothing right at this minute, but we will see. Okay, let's message Brett Wilkin. Okay. Saying, hey bro, live now. How long until you're back out? I just showed your backstage pic. All right, let's see if he writes back. He didn't see my last message, so most likely not. But he's obviously chilling out backstage now. Lace says, I think James Bondy is better than never. Better than ever, I assume. Jeremy Yazwinski says, Andrea Presti's arms look oily as Synthol shot up. His biceps, I think, are better than they were. I will say that. Where do you think Sibu went wrong? You complimented him highly, but only got third call out. Yeah, I mean, I did say a little bit before, in terms of a muscle, it's just not super conditioned. Like in some poses, like the front double looks crazy, but other poses, you can see he really does sort of fall down a little bit in the conditioning. Like some poses, he looks good enough condition or close to it, and other poses, he looks a decent way off. So I think he's just got certain body parts that come in really hard and certain ones that just he'll have to completely suffer like crazy to get. It's just the way his muscle is. But he's obviously blessed in terms of he can gain a ton of muscle. So Sword Up said I'd like to see Brett bring up that outer sweep to have more of an X frame for sure. He's got a different structure with his legs as well, but they definitely have come up. There's just more mass overall in his legs, and I think that's only going to help him as he adds more and more size to him. Do Brett winning or what? Yeah, I think so, but who knows? By the call-outs, I have no clue. Well, by the call-outs, they sent, for those who don't know, they sent Brett Wilkin and also Andrea Presti back into the lineup after the first call-out, and then they compared the other guys left on stage, plus brought a few more guys back in. So I've got to assume Brett and Andrea are 1 and 2. Maybe they made the decision based on first call-out, because in the last call-out, Brett was on the outside and Andrea was on the other side, and then we had Mo Shaaban, and then we had, who's the other dude who was in there? I'm completely forgetting. Theo Leguerrier in the middle. So I don't know what's going on. Your guys' guess is as good as mine. It's almost midnight here too, so that's why I'm not probably speaking correctly. Let's see what is on Instagram now. Show's not back yet. I'm going to keep it going for you guys, and we're going to have the results coming up very soon, I assume. Competitor list. What were we doing? I can't even remember what we was doing. Let's have a look to see if there's any more photos that have gone up. I'm assuming whoever posted that photo should tag in Brett Wilkin most likely. But maybe not. Let's have a look at that Moraes. Moray. This dude is awesome. I don't know if it's one guy or if it's like a company. Yeah, he's done a next level job. Are these more shots or are these the same ones we saw before? So this is in the last call out. This is the final call out. And then Moray says, to be clear, this is just a 1-versus-1 comparison photo of Theo and Shaaban. Andrea and Brett were included in the final call out and left on the left and right ends. Yeah, exactly as I said on that one. So let's go pose by pose with these guys. Let's do it. And I assume this is the 3rd and 4th, but honestly, I can't even guarantee you guys that. Let's check to make sure it's not back on. It ain't back on. So front double bicep, who are we going with? Let me know in the comments. Do you have Mo Shaaban on the left or Theo Leguerrier on the right? Let me know, and I'll go through everything. So say whoever, and then front double or something. So on that one, I would probably edge Mo Shaaban. I prefer Leo's shape, but I'd probably say Mo just. I mean, he's just too freaky in the quads. Front lat spread, that one's probably Theo's. It's very, very close on that one. Maybe Mo, I don't know. That one's tough. It's not the exactly right angle. I think it's actually giving an advantage to Theo, so maybe I'd say Mo on that one. Back double was a lot closer. I like to see Theo pick up his elbows a little bit. I like it when guys just pull them up a little bit higher. I like Mo's hitting it here. I just think he's just hitting that with such confidence. But I think Theo's a little bit more impressive, potentially. But this is too hard to judge because I think Theo's getting a clear edge here in terms of the size. Because based on that photo, I'd probably say Theo as well. Most muscular. Okay, I'd say Mo on this one, I think. He just looks so crazy, those quads. Yeah. Give this one to Mo. That's it for those ones. Let's have a look at this dude's story. I'll just quickly check to see if anything is back on right now. No, we've still got ads. To his stories. So these are some of the amateur stuff, I believe. Yeah, so it's all amateur stuff on his stories. Got some more. Oh, wait, let's go. Oh, I think we've seen these ones. So, yeah, got the Brett Wilkin one. Yeah, we saw these shared out before. Got these ones. I think we've seen all of these, actually. Sibu Sisu on the left, and we've got Theo Leguerrier on the right. Sibu just has such a great shape for that front double bicep. It's next level. Love seeing these good shapes too, because Theo has a good shape. Go Kenny Bella. Showed you these ones before. Roman Fritz there on the right. Looks really good. Let me know what you think about Roman Fritz in the comments. Got Brett Wilkin there on the right and Jan Turek on the left. Obviously, you know, Jan Turek has the advantage on the angle there, and Brett was actually really in the shadows. Like, if you look at his physique, I thought he was too dark when he first came out, and then I actually thought he was too light, so not the best spot for him. Andrea Presti. Let me know what you think about his biceps. Do you think it's too much, because in this photo, I think they look quite obvious. He's very wide in the face too. I just don't know if they tanned anyone's face at this contest. But the pose overall looks structurally amazing. His chest is so much fuller than it used to be. The lats pop out beautifully. When it's directly front on, it looks very, very imposing and impressive. I just don't know if this is conditioned enough. It is good condition when they stood in the lineup. I don't know if it's conditioned enough to beat Brett Wilkin. Mo Shaaban, white face, crazy looking. Look at that. He's got a lot of mass on his physique. Jan Turek here on the right. It looks like he just needs more of that thickness on his physique, but you look at him and it's like not that crazy different, but I looked at him on the video, got to be honest. Let's go back and see if this contest has started again. Not yet. This pro show has gone for a while. I thought it was actually starting 8 p.m. my time. It's starting at 9. Now we're at after midnight, so hustle for you guys. I'm going to have more videos after this contest as well, so I'm going to actually put out probably 1 or 2 YouTube shorts and then also a wrap-up video, a more compacted down sort of video than this one. People can go and watch this, obviously, if they do want to check out my full opinions on this contest. I'll open up something a bit more interesting for you guys to look at. All right, let's go to a few of your guys' questions and I'll open up. I'll open up for you guys. Put that on the screen for now. Let's go to your questions. Marco says, Presti or Brett, what time? I think it's going to be back on very, very soon. iHack Rex says 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes till it's any butter on that popcorn? Yeah. Actually, it is literally just that microwave butter popcorn. Normally, I'd actually do it myself. I had a popcorn maker, but that's gone missing, unfortunately. Swelled Up says, you're right about Cebu's structure. I can't even remember what exactly I said, but he's got a great structure for that front. Yeah, I think I said that. Great structure for front double bicep. We've got Kaviro says, I think Roman is on the right path, but it seems that he needs top tier coach to bring it to the next level. Yeah, Roman has a next level physique, so I'll bring him up. All right, let's find Roman Fritz. Because he came in way bigger at this contest. Not as conditioned, but way, way bigger. Come on. So you can see Roman here. It's hard to tell exactly on these ones because he's a taller guy as well, but he's a really nice guy. So he actually remembered me. I actually forgot that I interviewed him, to be honest. But he remembered me interviewing him back in 2014 at the Mr Olympia Expo when I messaged him recently. So he's a little bit more conditioned here for sure. Maybe not quite as big, but I think a combination between this and what he brought to this show would be good. I think he maybe missed his peak a little bit for this contest. But yeah, Roman Fritz looks very, very good. Let's see if he's tagged in anything. That's not him. Yeah, super nice guy. You see, obviously, some of these guys with these crazy legs. Mo Shaaban there. Shot him off before the contest. So this is obviously part of his carb up. 4 hours out. McDonald's for you guys that aren't in Australia as well. Roman's man. I'll definitely have to get him on for an interview. Let me know if you do want me to interview Roman Fritz. Coming up very soon. Team AD athlete. If Brett does not win, what do you think he needs to improve on moving into 2023 to get to the O? I think Brett will win this for the record as well, guys. I'll just check to make sure the stream is not back on as yet. We still got more ads. Who was I bringing up? Brett. Actually got off his profile before. So Brett, what he needs to actually do to improve his physique overall, I think it's just a little bit more fullness to that upper body. And just filling out the legs a little bit more. So wait, I'll go down to this photo here. So this is obviously a upward angle sort of photo. But if he can put a little bit more adductor in there, I think maybe he's just lost a little bit of that this prep. because he has come in ultra shredded, which obviously is a great look. And I think it's a Mr. Olympia competitor worthy look for sure. The only thing is that, he was up against a great bodybuilder and it was sort of a 50-50 show, but he's got a fair bit of fullness through his upper body up here, right up here. And his lats are very, very crazy up the top. So if he can fill in his lower, when he turns to the back bow, it looks completely fine. If he can get the look where his lats even drop a little bit more than this, I don't even know if that's possible, or if he can even just, I think it's just more the angle of his photo, to be honest. If you can just fill that out, add a little bit more sweep to his quads, a little bit more adductor, it would just feel the whole front relaxed out more in the front double bicep. So I think that would be obviously amazing for Brett. Easier said than done, obviously, but he's looked, the finer things, the little things like ab detail, separation, stuff like that. Brett's on point. And I think that's what we want to see in bodybuilding. Doing the vacuums, all that sort of stuff. And I think if Brett, didn't do that sort of stuff, he had some gut issues last year. He may have had like a blown out midsection, but he put in that extra hard work and came in amazing. So shout out to Brett. Let's see if this contest is back on. It's not. Hopefully they didn't say 30 minutes like someone said before, because I've been on for a bit. Shout out to you guys for hanging in. You guys see me change all these screens as well? You absolutely are, for sure. All right, so who's voting in the poll right now? We've got 559 votes live on this one. And someone says Miller's commentary coming. It may get to that, man. Like if we have too long of a wait between now and when the finals or whatever are on, the results, I may have to get out the Miller's impersonation. So 39% of you say Brett Wilkin, 26% say Mo Shaaban, 33% say Andrea Presti, and 3% say Theo Leguerrier. You guys are getting in the comments now. I appreciate it. Let me go back to this page. We're almost 2 hours in. This is huge. All right, so we got KC Darren says, thanks, Xavier. Shout out to you, man. It's Miller's commentary coming. I'm not quite that desperate, Pete. It's coming soon, though. If Miller's does get onto this as well, if you are watching Miller's, I doubt it. There's only 275 watching this one. Jump in. I think for Miller's, though, it's like really early in the morning because he's in Vegas. So, no, Pete wants it. Perth, what up? Dude, I'm not in Perth anymore. I'm in Tasmania. I've moved to, my home state. So I'm down here now. But if you are in Perth, dude, shout out to you. Definitely have to get back over there at some stage. Let's see what's going on. Let's see if this contest is back on right now. Nope. Damn. Alessandro Cortez says, who win? I think Brett Wilkin wins this one. Our man on the screen right here. Go through a few more photos for you guys. Actually, I'll show you what he looked like as well. Morning of the contest, he looked next level. Oh, here we go. Swelled Up says, bring Roman back for an interview. It's good to see he filled out and is not over dieted for sure. It's a good look. Like it is. It's a really good look. If he can combine that with a little bit more conditioning, he's going to do absolutely next level. All right. Where is the screen? Okay. I've got so many tabs open. It gets a little confusing. So, see Brett on the screen right here. Those of you, let me know if you've been here since the start of the stream where I've showed this photo before. But that side tricep is next level. Like it is crazy. His side chest, if he gets like a little bit more detail with this over time, like in terms of just his muscle becoming grainier and harder. Sorry if I knocked the microphone, man. And that's just going to be such a next level pose for him. It's next level now, but it'll be crazy. Once he just gets more graininess to his physique, in say 2 years' time, in a year's time even, it's going to be so impressive. Is there a winner? There will be. It's from Aaliyah. Dude, your last name is huge. I'm not even trying to that. There will be. Soon, hopefully. They said 10 minutes, I think, on the stream, and it's been a solid at least half an hour. So it's got to be back on soon. It's been running straight ads on there right now. Brett Wilkin's rear lat spread is really impressive too. It's not as crazy detailed. His back lat spread is it's turned into like a Phil Heath detailed back lat spread. Not and bubbly as well, but not as bubbly, but crazy. So when Brett, I think, just adds more maturity to his physique and holds that muscle on his physique longer, it's just going to be so impressive. If you look at those sorts of shots, like his medialis it's done. He doesn't need any more of that. I'm sure it tries to dominate when he does any sort of quad movement, but if he can just bring that little bit up, keep the medialis the same. It needs nothing else. So whatever he needs to do to bring that sweep up and not even worry about the medialis and just hit the adductors, because I'm sure when he tries to hit adductors up in here, which, they're still there and he's improved them for sure, I'm sure the medialis wants to take over. So it's probably a foot tension thing. He's probably pushing out from the ball of his foot just naturally and hitting that medialis pretty hard. So, but here he is on stage against Baruz. Yeah, those guys were crazy. They both looked really, really good at that contest. We go, a few people in the comments. Mattia Bergamen. My heater just turned on actually. It's getting like a little cold, so I might actually leave that on. If it's not, let me know if that heater's bothering you guys. You think problems are the core? You think Muzi problems are the core? I think that his midsection definitely needs to improve Andrea Muzi. But yeah, I'd say if you can get the detail in there, bring him, in terms of just the actual distension, there's just a little bit of that. I think he'll be much improved. Matthew Sandyford says, "Why'd you move from Perth?" Dude, it's my family's down here. I've got little kids, all that sort of stuff. So, Charlie Jordan, Brett got great shape. Unfortunately, I don't have my kids at the minute, but yeah, it's basically a family thing, be around family, all that sort of stuff. So I have no family in Perth, and it's like literally the most isolated city on the planet. So, coming through all the COVID stuff, you don't want to be away. We've got 250 people in the stream exactly right now. Shout out to you guys. Get in the comments if you're waking up in America. Let me know where you're from, or Canada, or anywhere in the world, South America. Or if you're already up, just let me know where you're from. Brett got great shape. Yeah, he's got damn impressive shape. Baruz was just really good, and I think it was just such an even matchup. It was just like Brett's back double bicep there. If you guys can see it, it looks better this week, I think. He's like, these dudes are just so etched out, and it's like we didn't see that in so many shows this year, like to that level. And then we see it from two guys at once. So final should be coming up soon. I'm actually going to leave a banner on this video as well, so people that are joining us live will know what is going on. And hopefully it's soon. Brett didn't write back as expected, though. Obviously, he's at a contest. Yeah, perhaps his partner Ivana might know. We might actually message Ivana, who's actually competed at the Olympia 5 times herself. So sort of goes under a radar a little bit now. JL says 5:15 a.m. USA. We're in USA, dude. Manchester, England. It's Mark Bodell. I appreciate your coverage, Swelled Up. I'm getting these good updates at the airport. Shout out to you, my man. Let me know where you're going, where you're coming from. David Avena says an hour into fast cardio, 7:15 in Texas, bro. Thanks for doing these. These lines. I'm not doing any lines. These lives, I assume you mean to keep my mind busy. Shout out, man. Smash that cardio. Got it. Pete Franks. I'm UK Xavier. Shout out to you, mate, for an ace channel and commentary. For those who don't know as well, shout out to you guys. Pop all these up on the screen right now. I won't go through everyone's because I want to get back to this show and discussing it for those who are joining in right now. We got DK. He says Canberra, just a crying face, which is actually Canberra, Australian Capital Territory. That's Australia's capital. It's inland, which is actually rare for an Australian city as well, or capital city. Most of our capital cities are all on the coast. I'm in Hobart, so I mean, I can't say much. I love Hobart. It's beautiful. But anyway, obviously Brett Wilkin on the screen. This contest still isn't back on, so I don't know what's going on. It must be soon. It has to be soon. Otherwise, I'm not going to make it because it's 17 past 12 at night. Nah, I'd stay no matter what. If this goes for another 3 hours, I'll still be on. That is my commitment to you guys. And unfortunately, if it is 3 hours now, I'm stuck. But release promo says Toronto. That's obviously where you're from. Great coverage, Xavier. Thank you. Shout out to you, my man. 3:15 Davenport, Iowa. 3 hours from where Brett is from in Iowa. That's cool. Jeff Lacus. Then we've got MVP asked Brett winning. Looks like he's winning at this point, in my opinion. Cannibal picks up, just woke up. All right, I'll chuck up like one photo for you guys. So pretty strict rules on this, but they do have the live stream. The link is in the description as well, if you do want to see that. Do we have a winner? Not as yet. Not as yet. I should put video up off the Instagrams. I sounded so old, man, saying off the Instagrams. It's incredibly upsetting for me. All right, let's go to Brett's tagged photos and videos. Update it, see if there's any fresh stuff going on the gram. Let's see the same sort of photos and videos as before. Should download a video for you guys as well. Getting some messages now, not from Brett though. Can you guys see the screen right now? Yeah, you guys can see it. Cool. Let's go through these as we have 100 times already. Let's check see if the stream is back. Nope. Seems like a long intermission. It's got Brett Wilkin there hitting the front double bicep next to Andrea Presti between Presti and Shaaban. And when I saw that front relaxed in the front double bicep, I was a little bit concerned from Brett. It was so zoomed out though, I couldn't see the level of conditioning. But obviously it definitely did come around for him. Back double bicep, absolutely next level insane, and I think he wins that shot. So it's like from the front, he was like sort of losing out of those three top guys, and then turn to the back, he's winning it. Side shots, I think he wins those as well. So it's sort of, in a way, decided, even from the back or the side, in my opinion. But Presti is very good, and I'm not discounting him, but I think Brett's quality is a little bit too much, and I think that would be evident in person, but obviously I do not know that for sure. These are just some screen captures from, it's like someone's actually literally taken this off their TV, I think. I'm not sure. Run through these photos for you guys. Here we go. Braille Fitness and Health, go Butcher. Canada crew here. Do we have a winner? Keep picks up, blah, blah, blah. All right, I've got picks up right now so you guys can see those on the screen. Can't see well what's everyone thinking, Brett. Yeah, there's more people leaning towards Brett, I think, in this show, at least from what I've seen. Sorry, I'm going through these super quick because I've already gone through them before. Trying to go between this and your questions, and then also checking the stream as well, just to make sure we're not back. Actually, should probably, actually I won't turn up the volume because they've probably got music playing. But I will turn up the volume a little bit when they're making the announcement. But if there's music playing, I'm still going to be super careful because then you get your video flagged and you have to demonetize and all that sort of stuff. Or at least that portion of it, you have to cut out the audio and then you won't hear anything. You won't even hear me talking, giving the results, and that'd be a nightmare. I feel that Brett was as dark as Presti or Shaaban. It wouldn't even be close. Yeah, it was actually funny though. When he first walked out, he looked like crazy. Sorry, I got distracted. When he walked out, he looked crazy dark because he's actually in the shadows. So I'll see if I can find those photos or videos. So he's on the right when he first came out. That's not even that one either. I found a photo before actually of it. I think it's actually at the end of these ones. I'll go through it. He looked super dark, but it was, yeah, you can see he's super shadowed. He's like, you can see his head shadowing right down here onto his chest. And I was like, he's too dark. And you just couldn't see much detail. And it almost made him look washed out at first. And then once he stood into the middle, there wasn't actually many photos from Murray guy, but you can see. Finals coming up in 45 minutes. Oh, that was 28 minutes ago though. So that's a good sign. Here we go. There's Martin Fitzwater. Let's see what he's saying.
Get on the big man show.
So these are the guys from the podcast. Obviously, Brett, the Butcher, Wilkin. He said finals coming up in 45 minutes. Job's not finished. So we might have some more comparisons.
So if you're awake, get on the big man show in Spain. Get on their live stream and watch my boy get his own qualification.
In his back. So I'm not surprised.
Brett about to see himself up for a full year of improvements before 2023. Yeah, so there we go. That's on Brett's story on Instagram. So it's cool to see that. Love getting the input there from Martin Fitzwater. I don't know if you guys could hear that or not. One of the awards. So Brett said the finals are in 45 minutes, and that was like half an hour ago. So we're looking at 15 minutes finals is. But that means the women might be on sort of now and giving the. I'm hoping they haven't got comparisons. Or too many at least anyway. So yeah, I really stuck it out for you guys going through this. I could have had like a nice little like 45-minute break or something, 50-minute break, or maybe an hour. But Marco, you're very intense. You've left the last 5 comments. Presti or Brett? I'm going with Brett on this one. Presti second. I mean, to be honest, if I was judging it, I might even have Shaaban in second. But it's close. Derek Saint Roman. Is Mills in the comments? Or was it just because I was mentioning him? He says Mills never sleeps. He never sleeps. The dude is crazy. Crazy amounts of energy. Yeah, so I do not need to sleep that much, Xavier. You've got special conditioning powers where we're healed quicker than other people. Adrian Gow, I hope Brett got this. It would be so sad to see him play second again. I mean, that would be his third second place finish. I don't think that's happening in this one. Obviously, his pro debut, finishes second, finishes sixth in the Arnold Classic in his Arnold Classic debut. Then goes on, tries to qualify in the last qualifying show of 2023. And in 2022, rather. Misses it, but he does have a great opportunity to actually qualify for 2023 and be the first qualifier for 2023 Open Mr Olympia in the bodybuilding, and then have close to a year to improve, which the Mr Olympia I think is moving back to like an October or September. So there's only going to be 9 to 10 months between Olympias, which is really, really cool. So it's going to be a really compact year compared to what we've seen this last year, which is actually the opposite. It's going to be like the longest wait between Mr Olympias this year. So yeah, it's really, really good to, I suppose, like it's going to be such a condensed bodybuilding season that we're going to have, after how many weeks is it that we're having the Arnold Classic after this year's Olympia? Is it like 10 weeks? So it's going to be interesting to see how much rollover we get from a Mr Olympia to the Arnold Classic. And I think some guys are not going to actually decide until this Mr Olympia is done. And it's going to be a tough one, I think, no matter what, because you look at the top 10 of the Mr Olympia this year or top 15, it's crazy. There's definitely going to be some of these guys that go, hey, like, I've placed 10th at the Olympia, but I think I'm a top, guy that can win the Arnold. There's literally going to be guys like that. So let me know who you guys would like to see in the Arnold Classic this year. Pete Franks, he like the Mills. Correct, hyperemia protocol. You got to follow it to a T. You could go hypoglycemic and be a short end to your life. Hand cannon 77. See what you've got to say. I'd have Brett first and honestly Shaaban in second. Not sure why Shaaban and Presti didn't get a better comparison. Yeah, crazy to me. Crazy. It was crazy to me that Brett and Presti were left on the outside. And do you know what's funny? Shaaban actually, was Shaaban next to him in that final call out? I'm trying to think now. Because you had Shaaban in there with Theo. But Shaaban was, I don't think Shaaban stood next to Presti. That is crazy. Presti will probably finish second, and Shaaban will probably finish third, if I'm guessing. But I do not know that for sure. But strong guess, anyway. But yeah. Anyway, Prest looks crazy. He does look crazy. Is he crazy enough to win? I don't know. I should keep it in December. JL. Marco says, I think Presti win. Who has win? I like the way people ask these questions. Is Filippo Mastromarino? That's a sick name. Filippo Mastromarino. I definitely want to swap names with you. Hello, my name is Filippo Mastromarino, and welcome to Desktop Bodybuilding. Presti will win. Who won? No one's won yet. It's between Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti, I believe. So the situation is in the first call out, Andrea Presti, you had him in the middle with, sorry, this is not final call out. This is the first call out. You had 6 guys. You had Presti in the middle with Brett Wilkin, and beside Brett Wilkin was Mo Shaaban. So Brett Wilkin was essentially in the middle of those guys. And then you had Theo Leguerrier on the left. So on the outside, I guess, of Presti. And then in the final call out, it was one final call out. So I thought it was going to be a final 2 call out because during that first one, they said Andrea Presti and Brett Wilkin go get back in line. They called in a few other guys and then put them into that second call out. So the second call out was 3 of the first call out or 4 of the first call out guys or something, and then adding in another 1 or 2 guys. So then that was the second call out essentially. But the thing was that in the final call out, they put Shaaban and Theo Leguerrier in the middle. And then on the outside, it was Presti on one outside. And then on the other outside, it was Brett. So I was only looking at the 2 guys in the middle. Didn't compare Presti or Brett at all in my mind. Because I was looking at those 2 guys in the middle. I said, oh, this is the 3rd and 4th. And then that call out finished. 1 round of poses. And they went off stage. It was like they got confused on how many comparisons to do. Because they were like comparing some of these other guys down the bottom for ages. And the final call out was like, boom, done. I did a second last call out, which took ages, and then the final call out was really quick. At what time there will be the final? That's from Umbai Ariano. Very soon, my man. According to Brett Wilkin's Instagram, I will go back to it as well. And sorry, I'm showing you guys a screen, which is really showing you nothing right now, and I'm being of no value. I should have probably put that up or something. So Brett said on his story, let's have a look. Butcher hooks. Also, guys, Nick Walker is actually, I've seen him using these butcher hooks training for Mr. Olympia. So these are no joke. So when these butcher hooks come out, check them out because Brett's going to send me some and they look next level. I'm very much looking forward to using these. Justin, is there good weed in Tasmania? I think it's popular down here. Tasmania actually has some of the strongest mushrooms in the world, I believe, picked naturally. Big Rami just put up a story. Let's have a look at that. Look at my phone. 29 seconds ago, tagged in Dennis James. I have no idea what he's saying.
Back in track with Mr. Doing James. Yeah. Halftime, but I love this time. Yeah. First day.
Hard time, but I love this time. Oh, first day. So Big Rami has just landed at Dennis James's place to prep for the 2022 Mr. Olympia. DK weed is amazing in ACT. Yeah, it's legal there, dude. It's the only place in Australia, and people don't really know that. But yeah, Big Rami. That's huge. So Brett Wilkin looks crazy there. And he looks crazy there. And then he says, finals coming up in 45 minutes. Hashtag jobs not finished. That was 36 minutes ago. So we're looking at about 9 minutes from now. Let's have a look to see if anything's happened on the stream. Nothing. So hopefully soon because it's 12:30 after 30 minutes after midnight where I am. So hopefully that 30 means it's about to kick off and start. Hopefully that's their restart time. I can't imagine surviving much longer than how long I've been live right now. 2 hours, 13 minutes, and 44 seconds. Let's go. Oh, look. One of the most recent comments. Let's go, brother. From Lambo Urus 1337. Do you have a Urus? What time a result? Hopefully in about 15 minutes, dude. Well, Brett says he should be on stage in 9 minutes, but we will see. Echo ha. A lot of you guys are speaking different languages here. Andrea Presti Dio Kina. Let's go. That was terrible. I get more and more comfortable doing these lives the longer they are. So it feels like just hanging with you guys. So yeah, obviously finals coming, 45 minutes, but that was 36 minutes ago. Martin Fitzwater, 37 minutes ago. So we're looking at 8 minutes now. Is meant to be finals for Brett. But we will see. See if we can get someone on here. Got Milos. Got Johnny Shreve. Sergio Oliva Jr. I wonder if he'd be up now. See if he wants to jump on. All right. See if we can get Sergio Oliva Jr. on. Lorenzo says, who is going to win? Sorry, I'll bring up a more interesting photo on the screen for you. There we go. At least you guys can see something on the screen right now. Free Vert Girls chat here. No, you can go away. Block. Catch you never. Presti wins. I won't be disappointed, but I want Brett to win. I would be disappointed. My opinion is Brett Wilkin will win this, but I didn't look at the proper call out between a few guys. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Hunis? Hunis? Why do you keep skipping my Sibilo comment, bro? I don't know. I keep maybe it's getting flagged or something. I can't see one. I'm scrolling back up. I must be clicking off the screen every time. Oh, here we go. No. I can't even see one. That's weird. Sometimes YouTube has an automatic comment filter, unfortunately. So it does pick up some comments that are legit and actually just doesn't put them up. And then I review them later and I see maybe a couple of comments from a video where it just flags them. Good morning / evening. Desktop Bodybuilding. Kevin Clements, my man. What is up? Let's have a look at his contest. Let's see if anything's on the screen right now. Nope. Nope. Presti doesn't have the legs and doesn't look as good from the back. Presti only beats Brett in the front double. You might be right there. You may well be right there. Let's put up a banner so we can explain to people what is going down. Whoa, got rid of it. Create a banner. Live. Results should be very soon. The men, from what Brett Wilkin said, so we can hold him accountable on the next bodybuilding university. He did say that haven't heard back from Sergio as yet. So Brett said he'll be on stage in 45 minutes, about 40 minutes ago. So let's see. Well, finals in 45 minutes. Let's have a look. Stanimal. Let's see what Stanimal's doing. Let's see if he's up. What's up, bro? He's always... Actually, Stanimal's probably the easiest one to get on lives. He's awesome. Cool. I've just messaged Stanimal. Cool. So it'd be early morning there in Vegas. So we'll see if we get any sort of response. All right. We've got 268 people right now in the comments. I'll put up this banner so let people know what is up. Finals. Starting soon. Live 2022 Big Man Weekend Watch Party. Final starting soon. Results here first. Actually, second after the pay-per-view. Link in description. Boom. Put that up. See how it looks. Probably misspelt things and whatnot, but we'll see. 2022 Big Man Weekend Watch Party Finals starting soon. Results here first. Actually, second after the pay-per-view. Link in description. Boom. We on, guys. We on. 22 comments since I last started doing that. Wow. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying right now. See who's in the comments. I thought I just saw Ian Valier. I did. What's up, Ian Valier? Is that the real Ian Valier? Dude, message me on IG and say yes. We will see. Mo Shaaban's mentioned me, Milan Sadek, whole bunch of guys. Hopefully you guys can't hear that music right now. Ian, I actually mentioned you earlier in the comments as well. Oh yeah, they've started some stuff on the screen right now. We've got an epic sort of video stage production with all the previous winners. That's really, really cool. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on Ian Valier. Might not have been the real Ian Valier. We'll see. What's up, Ian? Hunis. Is that for real? Ian, I believe Brett has this. Love his look. Ian, the man. Ian, people are stoked Ian's in here. Ian has not messaged me that, so it might not be the real Ian. What do you think about Brett Romania versus Brett today? It's an interesting one. It's too hard to tell at this point, I think, because I think from the back he looked better. He looked maybe even crisper, which is crazy to say. But I think he looked really, really good. From the front at the start, I think he was a little bit flat at first, but I think he filled out as he posed, to be honest. I thought he looked really good. I think he's going to win this show, but it's hard to tell from live streams. You can't ever tell without being there. Kevin Clements says, just a bodybuilding as a competitor, Xavier is getting the next year's quality a huge advantage. Would you still do a show in the fall before the show next year? No, if I was Brett, if he qualifies here, I would hold out to Mr. Olympia because we're probably not going to see a lineup to the same level next year. It's still going to be crazy. There's still guys getting better, but there's going to be some sort of a drop-off somewhere. It's hard to imagine that many guys actually get on stage. We've still got guys missing, but compared to previous years, this Olympia is insane. It's so crazy. So yeah, if I was Brett, I'd just take the time off and do the Olympia next year. If there's a show right before, like this one, where you can qualify for 2024, maybe hit that up too. Or Brett might go, look, yeah, the Arnold in 10 weeks. Redemption at the Arnold, because that was probably his worst show as a pro so far for sure, but it was still a 6th place at the Arnold. He's in the chat. Get him on the live, man. Yeah, Ian, dude, if you want to jump in, that would be next level, but I totally understand if not. So everyone see Vitaly Ugolnikov winning his pro card. He won his class, but it wasn't actually completely blowout, but Someone said, Mark Bodell says, hope it's Ian. He's looking sick. Yeah, Ian is looking next level right now. Brett Big Waist, Filippo Master Marino. I love your name, dude, but I don't agree with Brett having a big waist. Ian looks great. He's so underrated. Yeah, it would be cool to see if Ian can jump into that top sort of group at this year's Olympia because, yeah, he's looking fantastic. Whoa, that is loud. Oh my God. I hate it when you click on something or you're in public and you click on something and it's just really loud. Here we go. We've got some information. Henry Van Logenberg says Cebu coach says finals is shortly with individual routines. Oh, we're going to go through all that again? It's 2 hours and 23 minutes and 22 seconds. I just had 2:23:23. Whoa. Okay, we're going to be on here for a little bit. So if they've got full routines again, that's crazy to me. We've got this little break. And we've got that. Wow. Okay, so we've got some time in here, guys. We'll see how long it's going to be. But you will hear it here first, at least. I guess. You guys can't hear that music, can you? Let me know if you can, because I do not want to get any copyright on this. Josh Massey says Ian is already peeled. Sure is. How many views? Let's see how many views we've got on this total. You guys keep liking this. If you're new to this stream, like it. We're going to have the finals coming up very soon. I'm going to give you guys comments, let you know what's going on, and who's winning this one. Because yes, we're getting about, what are we getting, like 1.5k views an hour or something like that. Cool. No, can't hear the music. Good. That's good. It's only very quiet anyway. I might need a toilet break at some point. I just don't know if I can hold on We'll give it to 3 hours. Yeah, if I do a toilet break, I might have to do that in a second. So I think while this is going on, I might pull up the video. It's up on the gram. Let's have a look, shall we? So you guys can have a look at that at least while I have a quick little break. Maybe get a protein shake or something like that. Just find a video. Where's the video that was up? So that should just play over and over on Instagram. Oh no, the video is from this and it goes tiny, I think. Yeah. Derp. I don't want to put the video there from a contest is actually up. That's on Instagram, so I don't think that's on me, but I just don't want to risk too many things like that, unfortunately. All right, guys, I'll leave that up on the screen. I'm just going to have a quick 2-minute break. I'll put this up as a banner as well, so you guys know what's going on. Is Ian in here? Have a look. I think some people are slightly behind on the, like, they're watching this a little bit later. Charlie Johnson. I love it, your name's Charlie. Stop lying, Xavier. You're going to smoke a bowl. Dave Thomas, I've just woke up, Xavier. What happened in judging and who was in the first call out? Please, Xavier. So, first call out is pretty big. What was interesting was the last call out. So, but in the first call out, we had Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti get put back in line. But in the last call out, they didn't even stand next to each other. Very unusual judging. I believe these are not judges from the US because the call outs were so completely different. So it was very, very interesting. The last call out was, as Hustle For It says, Brett, Presti, Shaaban, and Theo, but not in that order. It was Brett on the left, Presti on the right, and then you had Shaaban and Theo in the middle. And Presti never at any point, I don't think, because I think Shaaban was second on the left, not what you're seeing on the screen right now, but second on the left in there. So I think Presti was on the right. So I don't think Presti ever stood next to Shaaban on stage, and I think Shaaban is actually probably going to place next to Presti, most likely. I'm not sure. So it's really confusing call-outs, which makes it cool for the finals because then it makes it interesting because we don't know who's really going to win exactly, although I think it's Brett. So I think there'd be a lot of surprises if it wasn't Brett for me, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. I think the photos and videos and stuff out there at the moment on Instagram are not doing him any favors because you see 2 of these shots, which is his 2 worst shots on stage. Just a front relax there, and then also a front double. But then his best shot is back doubles on the screen right there. But had it been like a front, a side, and a back shot, you would have got more of probably a balanced view. Because Shaaban looks very, very good in all of these, really. Front double, back double looks really good. Not to the level back double of Brett, but even front double, I'd say he definitely beats Brett on that one, at least by this photo. Just on sheer size, just crazy amounts of size. So we've got the bikini on stage right now, so I think they probably are doing call-outs and individual walkouts, but the bikini lineup is smaller. They seem to take a long time in prejudging, but I'm assuming they've got most of their answers from prejudging. If this takes a long time, I'm saying I'll be surprised, but I'm not sure I will be surprised, to be honest. Shaaban third, you think? Rennie Wild? Yeah, or he could win, but he didn't get put back in that first call out. So if you weren't one of the 2 guys that got put back in the first call out, which was Presti and Brett, because Shaaban was in that second call out as well, it's hard to imagine they'd give it to Shaaban, especially considering they didn't compare him much at the end. It would be an insane decision, and I feel like the US judges would have to do something if that happened. Lone power to F, yeah, Ian. Ian is the man. But I don't know if that was the real Ian or not, or if that was a fake Ian. Let me message him. Let me message Ian now. Ask him if it was real. He might not want to be seen in my stream. Let's see. Let's have a look. Ian, where's Ian? Ian. I just asked Ian if that was actually him, so we'll see. Gio Barbado says, what are your thoughts on Nick's strength and powers O predictions, Mr. Olympia predictions? I did see he did that. I'm actually going to do that very soon. I was actually going to try. That was not Ian in the stream. I'll send Ian a voice message. I'm literally live right now, and someone called Ian Valliere said, hey guys, in the comments, and everyone was like, what's up, Ian? So this is literally in the stream right now. So I'm just doing a live for the Big Man Weekend. So you're an interesting part of it. So yeah, I don't think that was Ian, unfortunately, guys. Although we do have these guys pass through. Ruiz was just too peeled. Obviously, we're talking about Brett. That was Mike D in the comments. Oh. Hunis Kornhoff says, catch you later, Xavier. Got to go. Thanks for the updates and entertaining name pronunciations. I think I nailed it that last time. All right, I'm going to take a quick little break. I'm going to bring up on the screen for you guys a little photo or something like that that's more interesting than what's on right now, or a video. And here we go. That's the final call out on the screen right now. I think you guys can see that. Yeah, there's a final call out, which, like I've said several times, was a super interesting one. So I'm just going to remove myself from the stream for 1 second. Here we go. I think it's a fake Ian Valliere because I'm messaging him right now. It says, sorry, Melissa. Melissa and I were doing some cardio. Wink. Yeah, definitely not the real Ian Valliere. I don't believe anyway, because I sent that message and then that one popped up. Give that. I want to make sure it's not the real Ian Valliere. He's not messing with me because I don't want to put him in timeout or block him. I'll give it a second. But yeah, I'm just going to quickly do this. Miami, it's 8:50 a.m. It's cool to get you guys waking up in America right now. We do have, obviously, that is on the screen right now, the top 4 competitors most likely to Final 4 call out. And actually, I don't think that was the Final 4 call out. That's when Mesler were on stage together, but that is the Final 4, and that was the Final 4 call out in the end. So, yeah, Ian, you can get out of here. Time out, Ian. All right. I'm going to remove myself from this stream for a second. I will be back in just a moment. I'll put up a banner. Host back in 5 min. Finals starting for men soon. Plus results. Boom. All right, guys, I've been live for 2 hours and 33 minutes, so I need a quick little break. It'll be 5 minutes, if that. Stay on the stream. If you guys haven't liked it yet, there we go, that's my little message going across the bottom. If you haven't liked this video yet, if you haven't commented, all that sort of stuff, get in there, do it, because it helps out. And I've been on here for over 2.5 hours, so I feel like it's the least you can do if you haven't already. Thank you, guys. 5:50 a.m. in California, Dr. Pool's doubles. Shout out to you, my man. All right, we'll be back soon. Finals is starting soon. Make sure you stay tuned. We've got 272 people in there. Don't let that number go down. Like all that sort of stuff to help it out. All right, back in a minute. You
What's up, guys? I am back from my little break. We do have the men back on stage right now. We do have a call out with Theo Leguerrier on the left. We have Brett Wilkin second on the right in the middle, second on the left in the middle. Then we've got Andrea Presti. He's second on the right in the middle. And then we have Mo Shaaban on the right. So this is what we wanted to see. It seems like it is between Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti. Side chest was reasonably close. We're going into a side tricep now. We're doing it in sort of a different order, sort of a way we did it out here in Australia for a while. Gotta tell you, Presti looks pretty good on the side tricep as well. This one is actually closer than I thought. Hopefully you guys can hear me right now. DK. You guys are funny. Appreciate you guys getting in the comments. So Brett and all the guys are hitting a rear lat spread now. Now Brett is definitely beating Presti on the rear lat spread. Presti looks big on the rear lat spread, just not as crisp. And Brett has those crazy glutes. Most muscular now, Brett's looking actually. I know hitting a ab shot. I think Brett just hit that in between. Yeah, Brett. Brett on the abs. The ab department definitely. He nailed actually hitting that ab pose that time. Most muscular for Brett. He's looking bigger on it too, actually. Maybe he goes a little low when he hits that hands on hips, but yeah, it seems like it's between Presti and Brett Wilkin for the win. Because sometimes Presti in certain shots looks much bigger, but I think Brett's just too detailed. I think this is Brett's show, but if you got second in this one, I'd be so upset for him. I don't think you will here, but we will see. What are you guys saying? Kevin Clement says, hopefully Brett takes it, but I'm a Presti fan too. Yes, I can hear you, Xavier. Cool. Glad you guys can hear me. Venti Latte says, Brett sweep is hurting him and long torso. Hustle for it says, I saw most muscular and Brett blows Presti out of the water. Yeah, I think we're most muscular for sure. Go back to the show now quickly before I get to your comments again. Yeah, I think Roman Fritz is a little bit too soft here, which is not something I've normally said. Just in some of the, not necessarily soft, but maybe like watery. But it is a much better look. Like the fullness is really, really good. So it goes to show that if he can have a full proper off season and then diet down and not get to that point where he sort of just loses so much, then because I think it took him that extra time because he did some shows afterwards where he tried to come in fuller, but you can see he's just dramatically fuller here. Now I don't know if it's the last minute stuff that's unsticking him or if that's actually helping him just get that fullness, but just appears to be a bit of water on him. Or maybe it's a tiny bit of body fat because, you know, if he loads for too long, at some point, you know, that excess calories turn into actual body fat. So, not sure. Whenever the finals are on right now as we speak. I'm watching it. So, I'm seeing the second call out, which has Roman Fritz. Has also got here Sibu Sisu Cotello, who's actually more in the middle than Roman Fritz. So it looks like Sibu may beat Roman. And he's been being compared with Andrea Muzi. It seems like it's, you know, maybe Sibu could push into a top 6 here, maybe even a 5th position. I can't see him any higher than 5th. But that could be definitely a highlight for him. So I just feel like by the call-outs, maybe Muzi will have placed higher at prejudging. Unless all the judges have him high. But from the back, Roman Fritz looks shredded. Like, it's just from the front, he looks like he's holding a bit of water. From the back, Roman's hamstrings and glutes are ridiculous. Even his back's pretty damn lean. It's just a very minor fold at the bottom, but you still look at his back and it's still harder than, you know, half the guy's back's up there, so. Or more than half, maybe.
Let's have a look at the ab and thigh. A lot of these guys actually even on the outside of this call out to impress me, like Danny and a man that I always forget his name. Oh, what is it? His name is Gianluca Di Lorenzo. I'll bring up a photo instead of the competitors list for you guys. Actually, I think there's more photos up as well. I'll bring those up for you. Oh, here we go. So I'll just go back to this contest so I can see what's going on. So we've got, this second call out, which has Milan Sadek, has a man who I forget his name every time for whatever reason. Roman Fritz, Danny, Sibu, Andrea Muzi. It's a good call out. But there's guys even lower that I could say could fit into this call out as well. So it's a very close contest, I would say. Oh, fake Ian is back. Sergio Oliva just responded. Sergio Oliva Jr. He said, "Oh, damn you just got to the gym." Unfortunately, we won't be getting Sergio on the show. It's all good. Where's that Ian? Oh, yeah, okay, that's the fake Ian. Block, catch you never, Ian. We could see the real Ian in here potentially. Let's get back to this call out. Yeah, Sibu looks really good in his most musculars. Like comparative wise to these other guys, it looks really good. But as soon as he sort of relaxes, like when his quads come off, they just look much more soft. So he can stay on his quads, but like he's got the lines in him now. But as he gets a bit tired, you can see they're not on as hard, and it makes them just appear a little softer. In Roman's quad, Roman just from the front doesn't look quite as crisp, but it could just be a lighting thing a little bit as well. His quads just don't seem as crisp as normal. Okay, we got a pose down now. Oh, so maybe they're not doing their posing routines. Maybe that was their posing routines before. So doing a pose down now. Hopefully it is finals. Someone says, how's Mo doing? I'd say probably third. Who knows? Just looks maybe that way. By the call-outs, but the call-outs are weird. See Brett there. Just, I think the way his skin lays over his muscle, like, just looks so impressive. It's obviously one of his strong shots. When he hits that one and stands up like he is there, I think that looks next level. When he crouches down a bit too much, I don't like that look as much. Obviously, those back shots, like look at that calf as well. The detail is crazy. And just, I think it looks very aesthetic. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, so many random comments in here. Wow. Okay, it's got nothing to do with the topic, really. I think that shot's improved a lot for Brett. Like, he's just, like, you look at the glute hamstring combination and calf, like that whole leg combination, like his legs from the back. Like, if he can, once he even adds a bit more size on that sweep as well, and adds even maybe a little bit more adductor where that becomes thicker, that will be like an unbeatable sort of a leg. Like, it's just, and that's what we don't see, I think, on some of these streams too. They're posing up on the chairs now and posed down. So we're going to be getting the results, I think, very, very soon. I've got to change that banner across the bottom too. Here we go. But I've got to change that as well. It's even wrong. Let me know who you guys have winning this one. That just, like that pose on the screen right now. I don't think anyone's going to buy the link to the pay-per-view now. But the link is still in the description. But oops, no, not that one. That one, there we go. Yeah, still doing the pose down there. I'll change a photo on the screen to give you guys another view of what's going on. There's the ab and thigh from Brett as well. See, the detail's pretty crazy through here. I mean, once he gets even, I think he does have a detail up through here. I think it's more just the angle of his legs that sort of doesn't show it quite as well. But if you can get even some more detail through there, get that sliced up as well as this, it's like, yeah, he's looking crazy. They're very impressive. Here's some comparisons here between Andrea Presti and Brett Wilkin, which I'm sure you guys will enjoy. Let me know what you think. Go your comments as well. I'm going to be getting these results very, very soon. Here we go. Lucas says, Samson was discussing with Milos doing this show. If he would enter, this would be a win for him. You never know, though. Like, if he comes in not his best condition, you know, like a shredded, diced Brett Wilkin could potentially beat him. But Samson is very, very imposing. And, you know, like I'm picking him right up there in the Olympia this year. So, back on us. So, Presti's huge there, but Brett's obviously more detailed. So, it's like, what are the judges going to go for? I think I prefer this look, but Presti's huge. We've also got to take into account the angle of the photos as well. So Presti's slightly closer to the camera, I believe, here. Brett's holding his own there for sure. Like, his legs are actually quite a bit bigger than Presti's in terms of thickness. Presti's just got a lot up here. So let me know what you guys think of that shot. Guys are going off stage now, so I assume the result's going to be very, very soon. I'll actually probably turn the volume up a little bit just so I can hear. I don't miss like the results or something. At least I can hear it now. Let me know what you guys think on that front lat spread. Who do you have winning it? Then we have a front double bicep, which is probably Andrea Presti's one of his stronger poses and one of Brett Wilkin's weaker poses. I'd say, like, looking at this photo, I'm like, oh, okay. It looks dramatically different. So I don't know who's getting the advantage from the angle. I thought it was Andrea Presti, but by the photo, I'm like, okay, I would say Brett on that one. But I think Andrea maybe looks a bit more impressive in person. I don't know. Side chest. I think obviously this is angled much more towards Andrea, but I would give Brett this one. Just seeing it on the video, I thought he looked a bit better. But Andrea does open up very well across his chest. Like, he has a very wide shoulder structure, which he takes advantage of. Sorry, guys. My voice is literally going. Just one sec. I'm back. So we've got side tricep there. I mean, Brett's not actually hitting that, I think, 100% spot on, but I had Brett winning that one. Back double bicep. Now, it looks closer, actually, in this photo than I thought, but I think Brett is just too pretty on that. Waist is tiny. Like, yeah, I think that's absolutely ridiculous when you actually really look at it. Presti stands out more at first, I think, because he's darker, but that back double was just, like, crazy. Back lat spread. You can see Presti's like, he's bigger overall and he's got very thick sort of traps and stuff. I still think like the glute hamstring calf combination and then a pretty nice tapered back, I think is just much prettier on Brett, even though I don't think Presti's not an aesthetic guy. I think Brett wins that as well. So I had Brett winning most of the poses, but some poses I have Andrea winning. Like, I might have him winning that one or going close to it on that pose by the photo, but seeing the video, I had him winning. And then on the front double, I had Andrea winning, and in the photo, I've got Brett winning. So it's tough, yeah. I think sometimes the angle and where these guys are standing, like, dramatically changes things as well. So yeah, I'm not sure. It's hard. It's really hard to judge unless you got directly front on camera, I think. So let me know who you guys have winning in the comments. We have a poll up as well, so let me know on that one. Check to see if we're back with results yet. Oh no, we've got posing routines now? That's okay. Well, we're going to be a little bit away. It's probably just the top 10 posing routines because we've got Roman on stage and he's number 5. So it seems like, yeah. 100% Brett wins overall. Yeah. Front double Presti, Andrea Urbani. There's a lot of Andreas around. Presti shoulders are crazy. MVP. Danny on stage now doing his posing routine. So yeah, hopefully it's just the top 10. We don't have too long to wait. Restart the poll with Presti and Brett. I'm going to do that. I will go to that now. Hopefully it doesn't play me out loud. End that poll. Start a new one. Let's do it. So this will come up soon for you guys in the live, if you are watching this live. Who do you have winning the Big Man Weekend Pro, I guess? Brett Wilkin, Andrea Presti, and look, we'll put Mo Shaaban and Theo in there as well. Mo Shaaban, and we'll put Theo. Sorry, Theo, I don't know how to spell your last name straight. Oh, actually, no, I'll put it in there. Copy paste it, so I can't remember it off the top of my head. There we go. I've just posted the poll right now. It should have come up for you guys probably now or in any second. And I'm asking, who do you have winning the Big Man Weekend Pro? And you can vote on it right now. 31 votes already, 52% saying Brett Wilkin, 45% saying Andrea Presti, and 3% saying Mo Shaaban. That actually surprises me. I thought, wow, okay, you guys have it close between Brett Wilkin and Andrea Presti. Interesting. 48% to Brett Wilkin, 46% to Andrea Presti. So obviously you guys think it's close between these two. You got Sibu Sisu on stage now. It looks like he's probably going to fall into that top 6. Well, not fall into that top 6. That sounds like he didn't earn it. He's going to earn that top 6 because some shots, like his front double bicep, is just crazy. Front lat spread doesn't look as hard just because the body parts he's showing. So guys, I've got my heater on it. It's like cooking in here. Hopefully, guys, you guys can't hear that music playing right now. You guys seeing us? Whoops. Go right page. So you guys voting in the poll right now. We've got 86 votes. We've got 51% with Brett Wilkin, 42% with Andrea Presti, 7% with Mo Shaaban, 0% with Theo winning this contest. All right. Change that for you guys. Go through his photos. Front lat spread with Andrea and Brett. Front double bicep. And like I was saying before, this one sort of surprised me when I saw the photo because I feel like Brett looks better in the photo in terms of up close. Just looks a bit tighter and a bit crisper overall. I think more through midsection too. So that sort of surprised me, and just the leg size too. Overall, Brett's legs do look much thicker when you just compare them leg for leg. I think just Brett his sweep just doesn't pop out as much here, so it just doesn't look like his legs are as big, but seeing him side by side there, he looks much more impressive. I think if his tan was darker, he would have popped a little bit more. But yeah, but you've got different types of conditioning. Brett's got this like really nice lines, and he's not hitting his glutes exactly there, but he obviously has the lines that can go through there when he does hit them. And Andrea's got the sort of more detailed, grainy sort of look to his glutes, but when see these guys from behind. Brett's are just like, you know, really cut out, really separated. Like that's just such a pretty back double bicep with a good amount of muscle, great amount of muscle, but it just looks, it's pleasing, you know. It's like it's bringing back that sort of 90s conditioning that everyone wants to see in that, you know, through the hams and calves and everything. Like it's really pleasing to the eye. So as you guys, you can see it better on these ones. Like there, like you look at the calf, and hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm saying. Yes, okay, cool. Like that is just such a pleasing look, and I'd much prefer to see that sort of crazy cool detail, and you know how he's just so cut out like that. I prefer that to be rewarded personally, but yeah, that's just my opinion. I'll get back to the stream. We've got Theo on stage right now. He's a great poser too, so probably shouldn't miss his routines. But yeah, Theo looks good. Let me know if you guys have any questions. We will have the results coming up very, very soon of this contest as well. If Theo hits the splits at the end. Got our man on stage right now. It's not D'Angelo, what is it? Gianluca Di Lorenzo. Let's see if there's some of Andrea like that. See if he's got some individual ones. I'm not posted by him yet. No, I don't think there's any individual ones of Andrea yet. But they're pretty good though. So that was posted a minute ago. So obviously, yeah, that's a fresh photo. It's gone up. You can see way better there. But obviously, the guys were standing on angles a bit as well. So you can see like Theo's facing that way and Brett's facing more towards the camera. It's like, I think everyone was sort of facing a little bit of a different way because everyone was trying to angle in towards the judges a bit. From Sydney, bro. What's up? Go back to these photos and go through them with you. Side tricep there. Well, Andrea Presti's like thick on that one, but he hasn't got quite as much from the side in the leg as Brett has. And I just think that Brett's stomach is sort of coming in and he's pretty tight on that. Tricep is great and everything and just flows better. The nice big chest, all that, than what Andrea's doing here. Although it's not a bad pose for Andrea. I think it's one of Brett's better poses. So Mo Shaaban also looked pretty good on this one when he actually got into it. So he wasn't pulling his shoulder back all the way there. And also Theo looks pretty aesthetic on that pose too. So everyone's got a pretty good side tricep, but I'd give it to Brett. Back double, I'd give that one to Brett. I just think that it just flows so much better, looks prettier than Andrea's. I think Mo looks pretty good on this. I think he's just not quite as crisp as these other guys in the back. Theo looks pretty decent as well. He just hasn't got the same in the legs as some of these other guys have from the back. On stage right now. Andrea Muzi's on stage right now. So he's a lot bigger than he's been at some past shows as well. So your screen is blurred also. My screen is blurry, yeah, if that's what you mean. Yeah, it's got like it's really slow frame rate or something. Then we've got the rear lat spread. So Theo, like I like Theo's aesthetics on this one. So he looks really nice, but he's just not as thick as these other guys comparatively. But that's a really nice shape, and he is taller as well. So he's got. I really like his X frame on that pose. Brett, like I think his back looks really filled out here. His glutes are on. Like I said, I like that look. Andrea actually has a huge back. So like you look at how big his back is, but it's just a different shape to these other guys. So and he hits it with the hands back. I prefer how these other guys are all hitting it personally. And yeah, I just think that his legs aren't what I mean, like his and Mo's you can sort of compare, but Mo's is so much thicker, so not really. They're more comparable to like a Theo's leg. But I think Theo's are a little bit better than Presti's overall, but I'd have Brett winning that pose. Ab and thigh, same thing, but you can also say with Mo, he's not quite hitting that pose 100% on, but yeah, I have to give that to Brett. Like you look at the midsection, it's like shredded up. The legs, way he's holding him there is pretty good. I mean, they're more impressive than Presti's on this. Most muscular. I mean, I thought on the video, Mo Shaaban when he hit his most muscular. I think he's in a bit of a shadow here too. I want to see who's on stage actually right now. We've got Presti actually on stage right now. I'll go back to him in 1 second and watch him. So the most muscular, which I think I have on the video right now. I'll double check. Yes. Like on this one, I have Brett winning it. On the video, I actually had Mo winning the most muscular most of the time. So I don't know on that one. It's tough to say between Brett and Mo, but probably based on this photo, I'd say Brett. But Mo is like an absolute freak, and I don't think this is angled towards him. I don't think. But it's hard to tell. It's honestly pretty hard to tell because I think this guy was actually moving around taking these photos too. Because yeah, it just seemed like they're all sort of from different angles. Like this one, Andrea looks a huge amount bigger, but he's sort of just that little half a foot forward too. So, and then in other ones, I think Brett's maybe Brett's a little bit more forward here. So he looks actually a bit more bigger comparatively, but I think he's on the wrong side of the stage. So I don't know. It's hard to call it exactly, but I have Brett winning it personally. Not trying to be biased, as I saw someone said before. It's a battle. I have Brett winning. Is Shaaban off? I'd say he's not 100% on, but he's pretty good. I'd say he's pretty good. John Doho says Brett is never catching the top 5 open guys. Never. Brett, I think Brett loves that stuff because he like uses that as inspiration. Let me know what you guys think. We might have results coming up here actually. Oh no, we've got who are we on stage now? Just can't tell who's on stage now. Oh, Milan Sadek. We got it like way zoomed out for some reason. Yeah, differing opinions everywhere. You got Charlie Jordan saying Brett got this, and then you got straight under Paul Tracy saying I think Presti takes it. So yeah, it's real. I suppose what do you prefer? I prefer Brett personally. I'll go to the poll. Make sure you get your votes in on the poll because I'm about to go to it in a second. Get results. So on the poll, who do you have winning the Big Man Weekend Pro? I'm still surprised by this. I thought it'd be like 75% Brett, but it's 47% Brett. You got 45% Andrea Presti and 7% Mo Shaaban and 1% Theo Leguerrier. So vote in that. 175 votes so far. Vote in that a bit more. We'll see. Next time that updates, I'll let you guys know. So sometimes it just gives a jump in votes. I think a lot of you guys voted in the poll anyway. Hasn't changed yet. 181. Oh, more people saying Presti now. 47% saying Presti, 46% saying Brett Wilkin. Wow, keep voting in. I'll check back with that shortly. It's actually surprising me. I feel like when you go pose by pose, I feel like Brett wins more, but let's go through a little bit more. Back double bicep. I think angle-wise, Presti has it, but when you see the other photos, I have Brett, so. We've got the lat spread. We don't have Brett on that one as well. And you've got side tricep. I have Brett on that as well. Side chest. I mean, I think that's a lot closer, to be honest, but I'd need to see a video of that again because I wasn't comparing them as much in the video. Front lat spread, I think you could give it to Presti, but I think it's close. Front double, I think it's close, but on the video, I will say Presti won that, so give it to Presti. Most muscular, when you see the other one, you have Brett winning it, so it's like when you go through these ones. You see, you get sort of a different perspective on these photos. It's like, yeah, so that lat spread there, I clearly give to Brett compared to the photos where it was much closer. Like that one, I clearly give to Brett because when you break them down all individually, I think they all have more flaws, I guess. But people will say I'm biased, but in the most muscular here, you can see obviously Mo Shaaban was a freak, but he's in the shadows there. Sort of repeating myself a little bit at this point, but let me know what you think. Mo Shaaban's on stage right now. The lighting actually looks funny. It looks like a little bit green for some reason. I'm not sure why that is. So we're near the end now of these guys' posing routines. I think there's 1 or 2 more to go. And then we'll have the results. So all the judging would have been done by now, so we will see. Let me know what you guys think. And this is obviously off buys and tries, as you can see right now. Buys and tries on Instagram. Also, if you guys definitely want your comment feature or your, featured or your question, just leave a super chat. So yeah, I'm watching Shaaban on stage right now. He's not blowing me away, but the lighting has gone like all weird. I feel like probably done that just for the finals. It's really green and there's like a lot of purple light on him, so might just be the camera, but it looked a little strange. Some sort of intense purple red lights you can see going into the crowd. Venti latte. Brett can't even beat an old Bonac. Shaking my head. Bonac's like one of the favorites for Mr. Olympia this year. Like, so Brett's on stage right now. I think they're talking about Brett now in the commentary, and they're saying about, I think one of them basically saying like he's going to have a whole year or something to prep, and one of them's like, oh, we'll see. So it sounds like they probably have him winning, from what I heard a little bit. When you see him on stage now, they actually got a pretty cool close up where you actually see there's actually much better of a close up than the back angle is because you actually see the skin and how it's laid and everything. Brett's actually sweating a bit on stage right now. So it must be pretty hot up there because a lot of these guys were sweating. So there's more coming off. A lot of the sweat was coming off his head. It's hitting the back double bicep now. Looks crazy. Got a little bit of a shakes in his legs as he goes through this. So yeah, he's definitely sweating a bit now. Not quite to a point where the tan's running, but it's getting there. So I reckon he's looking forward to getting off stage now. That's painful too, because Brett's obviously worked on his posing, done a lot of it during his prep, did all those little 1%ers, and he still seems to sweat on stage a decent amount. but he maintains it. You know, he's got that posing endurance now. It actually looks pretty good. The sweat this time, it's not good to the point where it's like running all his tan. But yeah, it's good because he's still able to hold those poses to the end of a routine, even though he's sweating pretty bad. John Doe, this guy has lick nuts. His opinions are noticeably biased. Yeah, but I mean, that's my opinion. But if it is biased, I mean, it might be biased, it might not be. You guys can let me know what you think. I think Brett deserves to win this show, but we will see. I actually think it looks like, I would say, reasonably clear, but let's check what the poll results are now. Yeah, more of you guys have Presti winning. Wow, so 218 votes now. We got 219. We got 45% Brett Wilkin, and we got 47% Andrea Presti and 8% Mo Shaaban. But it's pretty much neck and neck. Here we go, got results now, so turn up a little bit. Let's see. Literally have my popcorn. So we're announcing fifth now. So fifth place is going to be Sibyl Muzi, I reckon. Roman Fritz. Roman Fritz hits the top 5. That's awesome. Don't get copyright for that music if you guys can hear it. So Roman places 5th. That's awesome. Because this was a tight show, like from 5th down to 10th, it was like tight. So well done, Roman. So I think he'd probably be a little bit surprised based on some of the call-outs as well. But he looked actually better at the finals, I think, especially in those back shots. So I think well deserved for Roman. From the back, he was inside out. Fourth place. Mo Shaaban in 4th. Okay. He's going to be disappointed. I thought he was contending at the very start because he just looked so big, but it was so zoomed out, the cameras, so it is hard to tell. I think Mo is probably not quite at his best, but I thought he was pretty good. Surprised, you know, top 10 of Mr. Olympia guy. Yeah, Muzi outside the top 5. Looks that way. So we've got Theo left, we've got Brett, and we have Presti. I reckon it's going to be Theo here in 3rd. Let's see. Yep, Theo in 3rd. Top 2 is Presti and Brett Wilkin. Andrea Presti and Brett Wilkin. Who do you guys have? I'm nervous. We are 3 hours and 22 minutes deep. Shout out to you guys for staying in the comments. Let's see. Who's going to win it? It's about to be announced the winner of this contest. Shout out to you guys for sticking in. I don't know if we're announcing 2nd or 1st. Just going to watch the reaction of Brett. I think Presti gets 2nd. I think Brett's won it. Yeah, Brett's won it. Yep. Brett has won. He has qualified for the 2023 Mr Olympia. Shout out Brett Wilkin. Brett wins. Xavier tag this Brett Wilkin. Good on you, Brett. Yeah, baby. Cool to see you guys congratulating him. That's awesome. Congrats to Brett. It's cool to see. Real cool to see. Brett's got to be so happy to finish off the season winning a show, knowing he's qualified for the 2023 Mr. Olympia. He's getting congratulated before they announced him as well. Oh, man, it's cool to see. Shout out to Brett Wilkin. Try to get a screenshot of this and put it up. So cool to see. Yeah, he's so happy. So Brett Wilkin wins the 2022 Big Man Weekend. Obviously, we had a late guy coming into the show in Mo Shaaban. No one knew he was doing it. And then, obviously still having Andrea Presti. You got Andrea Muzi. You got other dudes, Theo, who's doing... all these guys are doing the Olympia this year, and Brett wasn't able to qualify, and he, he's able to say now he beat a ton of guys doing the Olympia. So it really puts him above a bunch of guys in the Olympia. So I think that's awesome. Thank you, Vente Latte. We have different opinions, but you know what? The thing is, everyone's opinion is valid because it's, it's an opinion. It's not a who finishes over the line first sport, It's an opinion-based sport. So cool to see. Try to get a screen capture of just Brett. Man, I'm so happy. I am so happy for him. See if he has any sort of speech. You got a ring for this too. Shout out to Brett Wilkin. Come on, pan up to his face. He got a big ass ring. I'm interviewing him now. That was loud. Yeah, so Brett's giving a shout out to the show. He said it's a really awesome show. No worries at all, guys. Brett Wilkin wins the 2022 Big Man Weekend. Awesome news. Yeah, condition gave the edge to him for sure. Brett just announced that him and Ivana became pregnant with their first child. I only recently found out about that as well. So congrats to Ivana and Brett. I don't know how many weeks she's now. I think it'd probably be like 13 to 14 weeks pregnant. So shout out to Brett and Ivana. It's awesome. Ivana's obviously a 5-time Olympia competitor as well. And, she was legit. She was like right up there. So awesome news for them. So happy for Brett, guys. Absolutely awesome. I'll put up a little photo of him winning so you guys can see. What do we got? Wait, I've got to put up a photo of his bling as well. show you what these guys gave away, because this is a shout out to their contest for next year. Anyone wanting to check it out. Here we go. All right, I'm going to show you what Brett got. All right. Also, guys, I've got an eye infection as well. So my eye is in pain, my right one, as you guys can probably see. Where am I? From window. There we go. All right, so we've got Brett Wilkin obviously there in the middle. Winning, Andrea Presti there. Theo Leguerrier, who finished in third. All right, get rid of that music. And then we had Mo Shaaban here finishing in fourth as well. Roman Fritz in fifth place. He's going to be happy with the top 5 here. Gets, probably a couple points, 1 or more points for the Olympia for next year. Better than nothing. This is Brett's bling. That's like a Super Bowl ring. I'd love to actually know how much that is. That's cool as hell. And then you got Brett here, obviously, giving his speech and announcing, obviously, that him and Ivana are expecting a child. And it's not pink eye. Damn you guys. No, I slept with my contacts in, I think, a couple of nights in a row, unfortunately, and I did not like it. But, yeah, shout out to Brett. He now can wear this wherever he goes. I wonder if he'll make put it on a chain like how Nick Walker did with his New York Pro ring. That was actually a really cool idea, because you'd never want to wear that around every day, logically. But yeah, they put on a great production. Some of these UK, some of these European shows are crazy high production value. But anyway, guys, I'm going to shut this one down and give you guys a massive shout out for tuning in live. I'm going to do probably a wrap up video as well after this, if I have the energy. It is almost 2 in the morning. And wrap this thing up in about 10 minutes and give everyone my opinion of how I thought the show went down. So I'll put that up soon after this one. So make sure you support that video as well. Give it a thumbs up, comment, all that good stuff. And do that on this. If you are watching the replay of this, then you're insane for watching for 3.5 hours or listening for 3.5 hours. A few of you guys, what's the prize money? It was 10K for first prize. I think it was 4 for second, 3 for third, 2 for fourth, and 1 for fifth, I think. Don't get any more pink eye. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, thanks. Thanks. I'm sure my eye will be fine eventually. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this live 2022 edition of the Big Men Weekend. We went through the whole contest, prejudging to finals, and I appreciate you guys sticking in and watching this one. So much appreciated. Brett should get a special invite. I'm sure he would love that. I don't know if he'd take it though. I reckon he'd take it off. Go through to next year. Thank you guys so much. Anyway, that's it for this enormously huge live for the 2022 Big Men Weekend. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to play that final trailer of this one. Shout out to all you guys getting in the comments. Much appreciated. Anyway, that's it for myself. For Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding, we are out.